Hey, John Elite here. And today I want to talk about my 450 late post testimonials. There's more than 450, but haters are trying to make it seem like, oh, John has testimonials. 400's easy. Anybody can get it. It's so fucking easy. No, John, it's a bad thing. You getting 450 late post testimonials is a bad thing. You should feel sorry. You should feel ashamed of yourself. 400 testimonials is not good. It's actually not 400 testimonials. It's 450. So for all the jealous haters out there, first of all, let me ask you a question. Does your hero coach actually have 450 late post testimonials in Daygame? Let's look at Justin Mark's product, for example. Right now, he's selling some snake oil online seduction. I saw his old sales letter, and there was 6 testimonials. And so far, there is still 6 testimonials. That means whoever bought this bullshit, nobody's got laid. Black Friday or not. If you're discounting 80% of the price, the product's only worth exactly 20% of the actual price that you're charging for, because it doesn't work. So why doesn't John Elite have a Black Friday sale? Because this shit doesn't work. So first of all, let's talk about the 450 late post testimonial. How in the world does a dating coach have that much for Daygame? You gotta look at how it's actually done. It is not easy. So we can look at the hierarchy of testimonials. For example, we have Daygame testimonials. These are harder to get than Night Game. It's a little bit, easier. Then we have Tinder testimonials. And Justin Mark can't even get any, or Brad has kissed in their products. So the reason why Daygame is harder is because it uses 4 categories: social skills, social calibrations, emotional intelligence, and game. The reason why Night Game and stuff does not work, or they don't have as many testimonials in Daygame, look at ABCs of attraction. How many Daygame testimonials did they have? They hardly have anything. Because ABCs of attraction is just basically using a little bit of game, and that's about it, and some body language, okay? So there's no emotional intelligence, and there's no social skills in Night Game. When we look at Tinder, it's just pictures. There is no social calibrations or body language. It's just goddamn pictures. You can't emote with her. You can just text her. It's just basically a value delivery system. So I think, in my opinion, Tinder testimonials are unimpressive. Nobody gives a shit about Tinder testimonials. It really shows how low the industry has stooped when they're saying Tinder testimonial. Because Tinder testimonials, mostly 96% of it is white guys. So white guys are the ones with the most student results. It's mostly white guys and they're getting lays. Well, what does that prove? It proves white is right. White is right, and that white people have that much value. That's a big major problem, don't you see? If white people are the one with the most value. So basically these jealous haters are saying 400 testimonials, but it's really 450 plus. So what's the second place in terms of testimonial count? Compared to me, around 30 or something. How many in the boot camp? 16, 17? If you take away my involvement, how many is there? Just 16, 17. You could add 8 more testimonials to my boot camp page, and then I'll get 32 testimonials versus 16. It's really like, if we are counting those testimonials. So what other testimonials did they have? What about Justin Wayne? Justin Wayne only has 8 testimonials in Daygame. 8. I mean, for all these years, he's been sprouting his bullshit theory about game and emoting. The bottom half of the chart. This is why they don't have the testimonials. They don't have the testimonial 8. And mostly they're instructors. And mostly I am the 9th testimonial, even though I'm not going to give him one, but he should get one. So that's all he has. All instructors. Except for one Asian guy who is taller and better looking than me. So that's really important point to talk about. And let's talk about the other guys with 2 testimonials. Brad has Kiss. Oh, Justin Mark has 6, but it doesn't mean it's all Daygame. It's probably 0 for Daygame. It's really funny. You think his game is going to transfer to you? His natural game of nonstop DHB stories. And the thing that made it work, it doesn't work. It's just a dry pull. But what makes, his system work is status maxing. because you don't have the same title as a dating coach. You don't have the same Instagram. You don't have the same status, the pre-selection that comes with the status, where women are willing to shake their hips and twerk in front of the camera. Guess what? You'll never have the same results. That's why they don't have any results whatsoever for their product, which is funny. Brad's Kiss is the one with 2 testimonials. Okay, it's not the only one with 2 testimonials. A lot of dating coaches have 2 testimonials. Todd Valentine or Bullshit Time has 2 fucking testimonials too. That's it. So what exactly, like, why do I have that many testimonials? First of all, that's a very good question. Why do I have so many testimonials? First of all, I've been in the game longer than most of you. If you guys say, oh yeah, Mystery Method this. Well, Mystery Method for Night Game did not contribute to testimonials for Daygame. So Mystery Method's a very flawed system. I am in the game 2 years before Mystery. I am the predecessor. Before Mystery, me and Ross were the first ones in there. Mystery came in 2003. I'm 2001. You don't believe me? Look at the white hairs. I am not 23 years old. I learned every fucking Daygame system in the world. Every single system so far. That's what contributes. The light doesn't get away. That's what contributes to all the testimonials. So basically, when you started from 2001, you basically learn every single Daygame system. And for most Daygame system, for example, 2001, if I learned Ross Jeffrey's system and I used it in university, there's only 1% that I can use. That means 99% is discarded. This is how I do the game. So this is what I'm doing. It's called field testing. Todd Valentine has been in the game for 20 years. I've been in the game for 19 years. Okay, so field testing is the first thing. I field test to see what works for my body and what works for my race and what works for my height. And I was very short before. So besides field testing, there's what they call split testing. Split testing. This is something most dating coaches doesn't do because they have opinions as facts. Because most of the dating coaches are sociopaths. Most of the dating coaches focus on game and a little bit of biting just to get over that line. So for example, for a game, that's everyone saying it's all game, it's all game. Let's ignore the status. Let's ignore the height. Let's ignore the natural status of the race. Let's ignore all that. It's not important. Let's just ignore all these other things. So in reality, I field test it. If it works for me here, that's great. But if it works for a taller, stronger dating coach, big fucking deal. Does it work for other students who are like 5'4", Asian, Filipino, or some lower ethnicity? They never passed the 5'4" Filipino test. So therefore, most of their testimonials, especially Tinder, is mostly white guys. Hey, John, I've been doing the flirt model, but girls keep jumping all every time level 3 flirt. They always giggle and they say I have to leave. Any tips? Do not use romance, even if you're black. If you're using my system. You did buy my system, right? So I would ignore the hand holding. You want to just focus on maneuver warfare, at some point sexualizing it. And then lastly, that sexualization gets the objections out, the sexual connection. Fuck all this hand holding shit, this romantic shit. So discard the romance completely. So don't use that. Don't use that. During COVID-19, it's not going to work. COVID-19 is all social skills and social calibrations. In my black student, you saw that, he got a fuck buddy. He actually got 2 fuck buddies now under my training. I'm going to post his testimonial as soon as he films it. Also, the Middle Eastern student also got 22 layers, just like him. A model girlfriend, and he just fucked another model. 2 Instagram models, he just fucked. So, under my training. And 22 layers, both of them. 6'2" height. Having said that, wait for their testimonials. Because there'll be no end to the testimonials. I'm going to give the haters a lot of things to hate. So basically, for my system, I field tested every system, from 2001 all the way to 2020. First of all, I probably know every system. I field tested. I split test pieces of it with my students. And I know most of it does not work. And whatever you say, like, oh, John has a similar line than me. No, I don't. I don't use your opener. I use adaptive openers. It's evolve from the stupid openers that you heard in the past, like Justin Wayne's artsy vibe or whatever. I have this, so you have this creative is X, artistic is Y, says, are you an artist? I can put anything here. So my system is very evolved. If it's 99% dirt and 1% gold, I have melted the gold and rebuilt it. So this becomes adaptive. You have this, blonde hair and you have this blue eyes. Are you from Sweden? So it can replace X plus Y equals Z. So a lot of my system is heavily updated. You're like, plowing? Well, fuck plowing. What about slow plowing? What about talking 90-10, 80-20, 70-30, talking more in the beginning, but having exact amount where she opens up more, 60-40, 50-50. They never thought of that. That's an elite 30. The thing about elite 30 is what's making the students get laid during COVID-19. I'm the only dating coach in the world, Daygame coach in the entire world that has COVID-19 late testimonials. Only one, Johnny Lee. Everyone else who claims they have it, they have never shown it. So I don't believe you. So how does one system, has all these testimonials during COVID-19? It's like the only system. And COVID-19 shows what works and what doesn't work. So basically, it starts with field testing and split testing. So if it's field tested and it works for me, okay? If it's field tested, it works for me, then it works for everyone else. So, 1 second. It's gonna text someone. Okay. Sorry, I thought somebody texted me. So that means very few systems actually work for my body type. Very few systems actually work for my body type. So I actually have to start discarding. So how many things did I discard out of the systems if I only kept that 1%? So if I learn 50 systems, then this is 50 golden nuggets. Okay? Golden nuggets. It's kind of like Bruce Lee. Bruce Lee. He absorbed what is useful. What is useful? Discard what is not. Is not. He added uniquely what was his own. What was his own? So that's the secret. A lot of my system has been field tested from the very beginning, and I have to discard 99% of the dirt. And the problem with most of the dating coaches is most of the dating coaches are sociopaths. Because they're sociopaths, they believe their opinions are facts. They believe they are 100% right, and no matter what, their system, just like Todd Valentine from the beginning, he never changed anything. He never field tested anything out there. He just completely had opinions as facts. That's the problem. They're always like saying, well, it works on my body type, right? I got the most results or something like that. It works for other people. No, you never split tested it. That's the problem. Field testing, split testing. Field testing, split testing. Split testing is a concept. If I had 2 sales letters and I split test, I see which one creates more sales. Then that's a split testing, okay? And then you can see what works for other people. This is not a game that's built for one. It's a game that's built for all. So because sociopaths believe their opinion is facts, they always think they're never wrong. Because they think they're never wrong. They can never be challenged. So therefore, they'll tell people, this is how the game really works. It's like this, you're using this line. Nobody fucking cares about goddamn lines. That's what autistic people do. When they have absolutely no social skills, they have to depend on autistic lines, game lines. This is why PUA is all fucked up. Fuck all these lines. Your body language can create the lines. So if I had like a very flirty body language, right, I could say, instead of saying, oh, by the way, you look like a, by the way, looking at your legs is very sexy, right? Do you do yoga? Or, like they're flirting like that. They're lowering their voice and they're using game scripts like an autistic fuck. Reality, you can just get into that thing, body language, and the state of mind changes. When the state of mind changes, what happens is, by the way, I'm just wondering, you do yoga, right? Are you like a flexible person? So the thing is that you don't have to have a line. By using the body language, it changes the state, the words change. Even when I'm writing my blog post that you guys all see, when I am writing my blog post, and if I can change my body language, the words will be different. The way I type it, Does that make sense? So even right now, when I stick out my chest more, I'm going to have a different sort of speech pattern. And when I put my head down here like this, right, I start to sound more sad. I'll talk in a more sad way. That means you can change your state of mind, like a remote controller, based on the body language. So that's one thing about the lines. So fuck all these lines. They say, I heard this line from here. Well, fuck that line. It's not about the line, it's about the overall. So what also makes the thing work is the 20 out of 35 formula. It's very simple. This looks is out of 10, okay? Looks equals 10. Money equals 5. This is almost like the game theory, the Nash equilibrium theory, right? So looks is out of 10. Money equals 5. Status equals 10. Game equals like all these things. These are like 2.5 each. 2.5, 2.5, 2.5, 2.5. And the inner circle has to master all three of these pieces first. You see that? For this, 3 pieces is required. Social skills, body language, and emotional control. Not emotional, and that's the problem with the other systems, is that when they're tall dating coach, they do it this way. They go from game, okay, then they go to emotions, and then they go to like body language, but they always hunch. They always fucking hunch, and they talk to a girl like this, and they move their hands like a robot, or it's in their pocket. So when they're doing something like that, they don't actually have any game. They have mostly game, and they're vibing their SMV. So they're just SMVing it, like a tall black guy or blackwash or something like that. And then you can see if they don't have social skills over here, what it means is that they probably don't have, social calibrations, which is body language, and that's a big misconception. They think that the body language or elite 30 is just social calibrations, is just talking louder and having a better posture or something. That doesn't work on autistic people, you dumb fucking idiots. If that guy's a hard case sociopath narcissist and he talks louder and he has a better body language, it's not going to change the fact he's a creepy fuck, because it's kind of like a spine. It's all curved and all fucked. A chiropractor will have to fix 30 pieces of the spine. Does that make sense? The vertebrae. Elite 30 fixes all 30 one day at a time. So it becomes socially intelligent, which matches the alpha males. When it matches the alpha male body language of evolutionary psychology, Elite 30 is the Bible of natural game. So fuck all this natural and direct bullshit. That is not real natural and direct game. I learned from the naturals. So this is why it's so important. This is what gets the students the results. But however, how does my student navigate this battlefield? My students does the exact opposite. This is what's getting all the results in COVID-19. Okay? End game. They're actually starting with the social skills first. And then they're snaking their way into social calibrations, emotional intelligence, and lastly, game. You see that? Because they're going the opposite way. The tall black student that you saw that got laid during COVID-19, for him, he was doing it this way. He went to game, he's just vibing his SMV. However, he switched over to the other way, where he started with social skills, social calibrations, emotional intelligence, and then lastly, game. And then that's how he got 2 fuck buddies. Even at COVID-19, this builds trust. I wish this vaccine did not come out, because more and more, it's just going to show my system is the only one that's going to get results during COVID-19, and the haters cannot stand it. They're like, John, you are a bad person because the students are getting women below their look scale. That's bullshit. You should see the next student, the Middle Eastern student, the tall guy. The guy who holds all the hot seats for RSD here in Vancouver. Under my training, he got no results from RSD. He fucked 2 Instagram models. One of them was his girlfriend. And you're going to see he gets women above his look scale. Some of the students gets women above and some gets below. It's all about the golden ratio of the students. It's really that simple. So it really depends. It's not like they all go for women below their look scale, or they say, oh, John, it's so bad that they're going for women. Shame on you. That, because it makes the lower self-esteem. If they get women who are below their, what the fuck are you talking about, you fucking faggots? They're getting results. They're learning reference experience. Your students have no fucking results or barely any results. Who the fuck are you to talk about results? Why should I feel ashamed because you guys are jealous, fucking envious haters? Everyone's angry, especially the short black students. Nobody, they all learn from Justin Wayne, so therefore they don't want to give, John Elite, the fucking testimonials. But I'm gonna read out your fucking testimonials out loud for all the litany of fucking black students who are short, ungrateful fucking idiots. So yeah, so split field testing is one thing. Whatever works for me works for everyone else. Imagine back in the old days when I had a Super Nintendo. Okay, I used to play video games like back then. There used to be a game called Street Fighter. For Street Fighter, if you play it on the difficulty called 8, it is the maximum. Most of the time, the computer will beat the shit out of you every single time. So you have to start spamming cheat moves over and over. But you don't understand. The cheat move is the 1% that works. When you use that thing over and over, it works. And then when you start to split test it with other students, that 1% move, it works. So what about tall white dating coaches or blackwash dating coaches? Of course, some of these dating coaches will say, oh yeah, I'm Indian or I'm whatever, whitewash or blackwash Indian. Well, do the women know that? Of course not. They have no fucking clue. Whatever you look like is your SMV. And the Indians are so dumb in India. They're like, just because they know that's what the Indian accent sounds like, doesn't mean the women knows it. They're not cultured. They see tall, brown, black dude. That's how their game works. Blackwash. They don't like my fashion being whitewashed because it's like, oh, everyone uses the same hairstyle with the blazers. Well, blackwash is the same concept. I'm whitewashing the students. They're blackwashing themselves. Even sometimes Asians blackwash themselves, like Vietnamese type of students. That way, instead of being an Indian SMV, you got the black SMV. That's why you have less testimonials than me. It's the hunches. Having said that, just my opinion. Not that I give a shit, but fucking haters just gonna hate. You'll never have more bootcamp student results than me, these guys, for Daygame. Ever. They're never going to have more. For every single program I have has late testimonials. Why is that? And not all the programs are related to game. Some of them are related to text game. It's like a text game, but they're saying, oh, you're just copying other people's lines. Or what the fuck are you talking about? What about the psychology of text game? Don't you see? If I were doing copywriting for my sales letters, do you think it's the words that matter or is it the psychology behind it? Is there a strategy behind it? Of course there is. So therefore, I never taught this strategy. I never put it in my products. I never made an advice video that talked about this kind of stuff. I completely kept that out of the people's ways. The inner circle taught me. So basically, after I got 50 gold nuggets, where's the rest of the gold nuggets? Because every gold nugget I get adds more testimonials. Each gold nugget's worth at least 5 testimonials from every system. And they can't even get 5 testimonials. So what happens is, it's not just gold nuggets. Inner circle equals gold bar. I will post my Pakistani mentor, but I will not show his face. I'll show him teaching me and mentoring Gaming Elite and John Elite. And you'll see, you'll be like, holy shit, this guy's game is more advanced than anyone in the whole industry. The stuff he says will take me all day just to explain one fucking concept. That's how advanced the game is. And these guys already mastered these 3. That's why their style changes for the game, for the naturals. They all have their own game system for their SMB. The inner circle gives gold bars. And each gold bar is worth like 10%. Okay? Every single piece of gold bar. Fashion concepts, text game concepts, whitewash, even scent, which cologne works, what hairstyle works, what fashion. And there's a fashion that goes beyond my fashion, even though my fashion is good. And you look at Justin Mark, for example, his fashion, and everything that he says it will never transfer because all of it is the status maxing of the Instagram. It's all status maxing. That's what they don't want you to know. So if he lacks in height and looks, it's stacked in the status. It's very simple. Very simple. So basically, with the inner circle, because these guys are players and these guys are natural, they add more weight to the concepts. And the whole industry, they don't understand what social skills is and social calibrations. They just think it's gaming and vibing it. So that's what's causing my students to get so much results, because 20 out of 35, the concept is not Like, it's so accurate. 20 out of 35 is the secret formula. That is the conversion mechanism. For them, is the Instagram, or saying they're a DJ, or they'll say that, if they say they're a DJ, their status goes up. If they have a good Instagram and they have good high status, then pre-selection and stuff, it goes up. The value goes up. And being a whitewash Indian is 4 out of 10. It's not like 2 out of 10, like curry Indian. If you're blackwash, it's 8 out of 10. Let's just be real here. This is why they hunch, and this is why they fucking have no social skills and sound like robots. That's why all of the dating coaches sound like robots. Not just one, all. They always make stupid fucking statements. They always go direct. They always give validation. You probably like, oh, you got an infielder. It's a big deal. It's probably a dry pull from what I can see. It's just nothing happens. Just walks her into a place. Ooh, big fucking deal. Big fucking deal. All right. So now you can kind of see this field testing and field testing all these systems. This is why I was so against the red pill stuff. And it's like, John's kind of mean. Like, why is John acting mean and stuff? And why is he angry? No, the reason why I'm angry is because I know all this is true. And I know the other dating coaches who are smiling at you are all marketers. They want your money. RSD, smile. Always look at the eyes, the serial killer eyes. They look like they want to kill you. They all have it. They all have it. Look at all the business gurus. Do you know my student just made 10K? I'm not a business guru. I'm just teaching him some real copywriting skills. My 18-year-old student in high school, that guy lost his virginity. He made 10.9K just right now, believe it or not. Just today. He was in the hospital for COVID-19. He finally texted me, John, I lost my phone, but I just made 10.9K with your copywriting skills from John Elite Access. It's like, this is why I don't discount my products, because they work. They work for every category. Every fucking category. And the haters are like, oh, John doesn't have like high income skills. You sure? I'm like the only dating coach out here who is still doing fine during COVID-19. It doesn't affect my business. But I wish this COVID-19 lasts longer so you guys can bleed and suffer and struggle. So anyways, yeah. Like I said, Golden Nuggets, that's the answer. Haters gonna hate. Enough Golden Nuggets for 19 years, you start to figure some shit out. Plus, you have the inner circle for the mansion. It tells you, like, they teach you all this stuff that you need to know. Eventually, you figure it out. And I'm just wondering how the industry doesn't know all this. Because they're socially, like, retarded. They don't have social skills. They're sociopaths. They have socio skills. So, yeah, I hope that answers your question. This is why Daygame, Night Game, Tinder, they have different levels of testimonials. This is why ABCs of Attraction has, like, no Daygame testimonials, very few. This is why my system, mystery method, doesn't work. Even though I am mystery's predecessor, I am before mystery. Me and Ross. So it's really pathetic. Fuck mystery method. It is not a day game system. It, as it shows, is purely a night game system. They can't get fucking day game testimonials. They cannot. It's impossible. They can get Tinder shit, which I do not count. I do not count Tinder stuff. None of that is game. It's just displaying value on the rack and seeing which women swipe right and going through a flow chart. That's not fucking game to me. That's some, I don't know what the fuck that is. That's just SMVing it. That's just a celebration of white privilege. Oh, but John's not so nice. People are just dropping off. It's okay. It's okay. Because the people who are nice to you wants your money. The people like me who are not nice to you, who's willing to swear, say fuck, bitch, cunt, faggot, gook, whatever the fuck, chink, spick, nigga. You're like, holy shit, I don't have a filter. And like, is that racist, John? No, that's not trying to be racist. I'm trying to make a point here. I don't have a filter. This is what it looks like when a dating coach don't care about money. And he's willing to say, fuck you to everyone. Back and say all this shit without giving a shit. See that? Holy shit, John just swore and said some really fuck. I don't care who I offend. The more is not about the people I offend or not offend. It is about student results. It's like John's trying to lower their confidence, because the way he's yelling at them, he's treating like military. No, you fucking idiots. John's not trying to lower your confidence. John's trying to destroy your fucking ego. And then when you finally let go and you finally submit and say, yes, sir, that's when your skill level goes up. Competence equals confidence. This is why I got so much student results. Because in the boot camps, I'm willing to be the drill sergeant, tough motherfucker. Yeah, that's the thing. It's called tough love. And I do this because I care. If I didn't give a shit, I wouldn't have done that. I would have been so nice to you, not affect your ego. I would have been so, but it's like, oh, because he's not smiling, right? Therefore, he sucks at game or something. Well, what the fuck are you talking about? Even if I got 20 lays on the weekend, I would still have exactly the same expression. I'll just stick out my chest just a little bit more than usual. So I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. This is how I talk like to my audience, because I don't wear a mask. Look, and the reason why you cannot see their masks is because you can't read facial expressions. You're all like kind of deluded, autistic people. So you can't read facial expressions. Who the fuck will go to RSD? You must be so fucking delusional to go to RSD. That is my rant. Is there anything else you guys want to say? And don't mind the swearing. I'm just showing I don't man. It's just showing that I don't wear a mask. I'm willing. I even insulted my own race. If there's no more questions, give it a thumbs up for me saying a bunch of racial slurs right here and just speaking my mind. Because yes, John Elite does have all the testimonials in the whole industry, more than everyone else in the whole world combined. And you cannot say that is not it's no big deal, it's nothing. It is the biggest deal. It is the biggest deal. It's just because you have low self-esteem. That's why you like to worship dating coaches. You worship because you have low self-esteem. This is why you go to the wrong coaches who does not split test. They just fucking field test on themselves, and they tell you that's how everyone does it. And the only students that get results are the people around their SMV level. And this is what's sick with the industry. Everyone's fucked up. They're just into money. If you take the money out of it, in the inner circle, they're like, John, you can actually make money as a dating coach? Really? You actually have a job as a dating coach? That's what the other members say. Holy shit, we should do that. I'm glad they don't do that, because you guys have no idea how good they are. Everyone in the industry, in my opinion, in terms of Daygame, they dismiss it. And they also say, oh yeah, I just have this funnel, I use a leads funnels and just bring leads and volume and volume and leads and this volume. And we can bring Daygame leads. When they say Daygame, they fucking hesitate. The reason they hesitate is because they don't know what the fuck they're talking about. Mystery method does not work. So when they say Daygame bringing in leads, it doesn't work that way. Daygame is more like sales, not so much marketing. You have to convert them. And the numbers, if they're just depending on the numbers, 11% of the women will come out. So it doesn't even matter what they say. Maybe their Instagram closes the thing that brings the value up. I hope that makes sense. The funnel is good for Tinder. It's good for maybe night game, but it sure as hell does not work for day game. It doesn't. It just retargets them over and over, and hopefully one day they'll text back. But that is not something that you should use for day game. You should use same day lays. That is the only funnel you should be focused on. So I'm a big fan for shizzle. So that's all I'm saying. Is there any questions? Because this stupid fucking funnel shit, like, oh yeah, it's all a funnel. The people with the lowest golden ratio in their faces have to use funnels because, they have to adapt. Whatever they lack in the golden ratio in the face, they don't have the height, or they have the height, they have the race. They need to bring it to status. It's really just status maxing for them. That's why they have so few testimonials. If the funnel system really works so well for day game, how come they have no day game testimonials in their funnel? It's mostly night game or fucking Tinder shit. Fuck Tinder shit. Tinder shit is stupid shit for, low skilled people. There's no skills involved. The whole industry is skillless. There's no social skills. There's no fucking skills. It's like when I teach my students skills, this is why they're so good. They go from unconscious incompetence to conscious incompetence to conscious competence to unconscious competence, automatic. And that takes practice. That means destroying your ego. This is what happens in the last YouTube live. I talk about self-esteem. When you have low fucking self-esteem, I talk about 4 traits. Number 1, you start to be delusional as fuck. The sociopaths and autistic fucks get delusional, and they start to see things in a really fucked up way. I can be smiling like this all day, talking like, "Hey guys, I'm JT Tran here, and I want your money. How are you guys doing? Oh, okay, I get it. I can smile all day, and in your autistic mind, he's like, John's happy. But you never look at their eyes like Julian Blanc and stuff. They look like they want to kill you. Their eyes tell you everything, because this is the personality of the dating coaches. Personality versus character. Their character, they're violent psychos. And they're scamming pieces of shit, and they screw people over. They are only after your fucking money. Look at Justin Wayne. He smiles, looks like crazy fucking psycho eyes. So he wears shades. And he's like talking like this. Hey guys, how's it going? It's Justin here. Yeah, I mean, it's amazing that, So yeah, I mean, that's why you gotta talk about these guys. And then you see him behind the scenes like, bitch, I'm crazy like that. Don't fuck with me. I'm willing to lose it all. I'm crazy like that. Don't fuck with me. I got weapons. I'm not afraid to use them. And then Vice shows up and is like, "Did you just threaten her?" And it's like, "Oh, I didn't threaten her. What are you talking about? Oh, this interview is over." You see, that's how dating coaches are like. Opinions is facts. Just like when Justin told me, "Yeah, it's all romance. You gotta use romance at some point, right, John?" I was like, "What the fuck are you talking about? Is this guy crazy?" I just called him all and shit. I only spoke to him once. John Wayne only spoke to grandfather Wayne once. Just one time. Which is very funny, because I understood his concepts better than he understood his concepts. I reverse engineer for all the students, because the inner circle and the gold nuggets. In Justin, I discarded most of your system. It's bullshit. I discarded romance, validation, social comfort too early, all these pieces. That's what makes it work. Like Bruce Lee says, I stole what is useful, discard what is not, and add uniquely what is your own. Wow. Right? Not that I believe in Kung Fu. I do Krav Maga. I'm a more practical guy. And also a little bit of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and MMA. I don't fucking believe in this, Asian shit, this fucking Kung Fu shit. So I think Sanda or Sanshou, this martial art, is pretty good. Everything else is bullshit. I don't even care if I'm Chinese. I only believe in science. I only believe in the student results. So you can see Todd Valentine does not, he field tests, but he doesn't split test. So that's why they all fail. All the dating coaches, none of them refuse. They all refuse to split test. Every single one of them refuses to split test. That's how Johnny Lee get all the testimonials. I agree. Absolutely. Do you know, like recently, haters are like all hating on me, saying, John, your testimonials, you should not be intimidated by it, guys. Why not? You should be every bit as intimidated as possible by my testimonials. Because if divide my testimonials by your hero dating coach's testimonials for Daygame, divide them. Compared to Bradicus, I have double. So if it's 450, you divide that by 2. That's how many times my game is above his in every category. And he has a high golden ratio. And people will say, I don't believe in golden ratio. Guess what? My Middle Eastern student submitted himself to a golden ratio test. And he banged 2 models. So you know what his golden ratio was? The same as mine, 82%, same as my Pakistani mentor. Arrow theory is real. I'm going to talk about it in the future. Now he's finally realizing it. He's like, shit. So he's banged 2 models. So it's really about height, race, and the arrow theory. That means ugly dating coaches who says, oh yeah, I get results, right? Backwash, whatever. Their golden ratio might be 75%. So they can get 85%. Bradicus, 70%. He can get 80%. That's why the women, he's around 8 out of 10. Dry pose them like crazy. It doesn't go anywhere. He just walks them home. It just overly kisses them and shit like that. But his golden ratio is 70%. So this is why the whole industry is fucked. You're all dealing with value-denying sociopaths. And this is why the system works. Looks, money, status plus game. Everything is, when you look at the universe, when you look at COVID-19, everything is value and skills. Think about it this way. Restaurants that failed, they had value, but they didn't have the skills to use an app to deliver the food out there. So they didn't adapt. Look at SpaceX. It's about value, but it's also about Elon Musk's skills. Or he can hire the people with the skills. I'm losing my voice. Sorry. When I talk too much, I lose my voice. I've been teaching a lot of students recently. My business has still been like too many students. Too many students. Still made $500 today for Elite Playbook. A few days ago, I sold like another program. There's no end to like my business. It just keeps working during COVID-19. That's why I wish it never ends. But for them, drink water, bro. Yeah, fuck. I'll do it later. However, saying that, I hope you get my point. If everything is value, everything is skills, right? If we were to break it down by first principles. First principles by Elon Musk. What does it mean? It's very simple. It means all the fundamental truths, all the building blocks that are 100% true, that you cannot take away. You should reason by first principles instead of reasoning by the established stuff. Because everyone learns from the same fucking systems. They all learn from like fucking, Mystery, RSD, London Daygame, Justin Wayne, and now we got these stupid fucking funnel shit, these funnel fags, Generation 5 POAs, the lesser skilled ones. So it's these 5 things. You can't build the foundation. You need to think outside the box because the naturals have their own fucking 5 things. My system is more like the naturals, the real ones, not the fucking natural and direct validation bullshit, the autistic bullshit. This is the social skills. This is the socio skills. So according to first principles, if everything is value and everything is skills, then why are the dating coaches denying value? Whenever you see a dating coach denying value, it means they're sociopaths. Sociopaths. Because they have opinions as facts. They're never wrong in their own mind. They never apologize. This is why you're all screwed. Because they're value deniers. How can they deny half of the civilization? This watch has a lot of value. But at the same time, it takes a lot of skills to make something like that. Everything is value and skills. Relationships. Blue pill people get into a relationship really easily. Personally, I don't want another girlfriend in my life. I don't give a shit about that. Emotionally, I don't give a fuck. If somebody says, here, you can have her as a girlfriend, and she's super hot, I would just say, fuck off. I get bored easily. I don't care for this girlfriend shit. This is what these narcissistic sociopaths care about, because they always want to procreate these Negroes, these black-looking dating coaches. Always the white women are into them, so they have automatic girlfriends. It's like, that's not even game. Come on now. It's like, it's so stupid that I can't even believe it. So everything is value and skills. And if they're going to deny the value and they're just going to talk about game is not even skill. Game is just a value delivery system. They're going to ignore the social skills. They're going to ignore all that stuff. They're going to ignore the value. They're going to ignore the looks, the height. They're going to ignore the status. They're going to ignore the race. They're going to ignore everything. Don't you guys get it? These value deniers are screwing you over when RSD and other people says that it's not this, it's all game. Because they want your fucking money. John, actually, I'm a little autistic. What should I do? Get Elite 30 from Hard Case to Hero. That's what you should do. Elite 30 from Hard Case to Hero was built to be the opposite of, Asperger's syndrome. That's what you should get. Like I said, I'm not going to have a Black Friday sale, guys. I'm not, because my products work. They need to have a Black Friday sale because their products don't fucking work. Okay? Their products don't work, so. Okay, let's see what else. Sorry, it's just somebody's texting me. Just another student. So are you guys getting the point here? Value deniers are all sociopaths. Value deniers, every single one of them. All the dating coaches that are value deniers. No, it's not value, it's my game, because they want to tell you that if they can say value doesn't matter, then they can dismiss their own value. That's what they want. And their own value does not get students results. That's all I gotta say. Field testing, split testing. No matter how much you spin it, for all the haters out there, you can't keep saying, "Oh, John, 400 testimonials. You should feel ashamed. It doesn't matter. It's easy. Anyone can get it." No, because they can't. Because there's a value and a skill. First principles. I teach skills, and I teach social skills. And they're like, "Well, John doesn't seem like he's angry all the time. He's not good." So I'm better than most of you socially. You wouldn't believe it. I can fake the social skills. I do this in front of boot camp students. I start talking to normal people. They couldn't even tell them to pick up artists. They think I'm completely normal. I'm a little bit on the antisocial side. I don't give a fuck about people. I care about my students, but I don't care about the general population. I think they're stupid. When you're a fucking genius, when you're like a fucking genius, it's really hard to relate to people, but I can relate to them. I know how to adapt to them. Hey bro, what's up? I know how to talk like them. I can talk with social skills like all of them. Be very chill. Yeah, I know exactly what you're saying, bro. That's really cool. No, actually, no, I was like doing this. How about you? What are you doing right now? I see. Yeah, it always gets you, right? I know how to talk like them. That's easy. But I don't do it because I don't care. But that's a skill. Learn it. So if you're autistic, learn social skills. Talk to everyone. Not during COVID-19. Number 2, copy the TV show Friends. Copy every episode line by line and record yourself. See if you can match the tonality of the social skills. I can do it. Autistic people can't. Autistic people, their tonality is affected. But for these people, that's one thing you can do. And you got to think comments, open-ended questions. When you're talking to people, they have a key word. They're talking about, "Yo, bro, I've been watching this baseball game." "Oh, yeah, man. Baseball, I haven't played in a while, but it's pretty cool." If they make a comment, ask open-ended question. "So what game are you been watching?" And they're like, "Yo, I've been watching the Yankees versus whatever, or the Dodgers or whatever." "Yeah, I hear you." You can acknowledge it. Which team is your favorite? Like, which one are you rooting for? You see that comments open-ended question. So for the social skills, you're trying to level up together. This trust. So it's like, "Yo, bro, I trust you." And therefore, it's kind of saying, "Yeah, let's hang out some other time." Because you want to show you're a cool person. You're chilled and you're not awkward. And improving the social skills or the social calibrations, which is the body language from Elite 30. What happens is that they'll think you're more confident. And students that actually improve their body language, all 30 pieces, like a chiropractor, 33 vertebrae in the spine. When they improve their social skills, they actually have a bigger social circle, which is weird. And the people at work, they get promoted. This is a skill set. A skill fucking set. Give it a thumbs up if you guys getting some value on this. There's a new program called John Elite Access. And my last student, the 18-year-old, just told me like he made 10.9K just by using that program. I know it's not supposed to be like a high-income skill program. I don't teach that shit. But if he's going to ask me the question and his dad wants to kick him out of the fucking house after he's finished high school, of course I'm going to help them. I had another student, that autistic Indian guy who's an Elite 30. The tall guy who's like autistic, and they're like, "He's not autistic." He's very autistic. The way he talks and stuff, very monotone, exactly like Asperger's. Or Asperger's talk like this, up and down like that. For him, because he was about to get fired from his job, I trained him in sales, and guess what happened? He's making $6K a month before COVID-19. And the 50-year-old man who's handbraking everything, he made 10K. So he also shouted that. One student made $2.2 million. And some hater was like, "Oh, John, you think just because you help someone make $2.2 million, you're entitled to some." No, I have a fucking contract, asshole. I signed a contract in 2 companies. He wanted me to help him with small business because he says, "Well, you can do this entrepreneurial stuff, right? Can you help me?" I signed a contract. I don't sign contracts, by the way, so I never really work for anybody. This is the first time I work with somebody in the contract. This is the first contract I ever signed. So I don't sign contracts, therefore I don't legally work for anybody in the past, ever. I work for myself. But this way, by creating this contract, it means if I earn him this much, I get this much percentage. 2.2 million. Let's say I get a small percentage. It would have been quite substantial, even during COVID-19. But it turns out, when I got screwed over, there's another dark tetrad personality disorder. And they always screw people over. So a lot of these dating coaches, when they have these sort of serial killer eyes. You know, like how fucking RSD Tyler screwed over Mystery. They screw people over all the time. Their eyes look like they're gonna kill you. And the problem is that smiley face, just like you have a smiley face there. No, it's that burger. Sorry, man. My friend suggests IQ 200. My IQ is 175. So it doesn't matter. IQ is not important. EQ is more important. Your emotional intelligence. IQ is great and everything and is really helpful for me, but it's not like, you know, the end all be all of intelligence. Emotional intelligence is more important and social intelligence is more important. If you really want me to go in social situations, I can master them so quickly in front of people, film it, and they'll be like, what the fuck? Is that John speaking? I can do it. Easy. Fucking easy. I just don't want to. And I do not get along with these dark tetrad people, the narcissistic people. I never get along with them. So yeah, the whole industry is screwing you over. They're smiling because they're marketers. It's personality versus character. Their character is fucked up. Their personality is nice. They want your money. They talk like this. They talk like that. They're a cult leader. They kind of roll their eyes at you and they're good at public speaking. They're cult leaders. I have nothing to sell you. If you guys don't want to buy anything during Black Friday from me, I don't give a fuck. Fuck you and your money. I don't give a shit about your fucking money. This is why I'm free to speak my fucking mind. This is why I can say racial slurs today, earlier in the video, if you guys catch it. This is why I don't give a shit. And my students will forgive it. Because John just speaks his fucking mind and diarrhea's out of his fucking mouth. Hey bro, your inner circle friends should seriously all burn down the Daygame industry. Yeah, they definitely should. So a lot of students are very successful in an inner circle. But you're talking about the real inner circle. The real inner circle does not like you guys. Originally, they wanted to train me up to destroy the whole industry. I was told to take everyone down. That was the original goal of the inner circle. It was almost like Ra's al Ghul or something, you know, in Batman. He wanted to take down the whole Gotham. I was tasked as the assassin to take over everyone. But they changed their mind now. They're like, don't hurt anyone. Just leave it intact and just leave them alone. I was like, fuck, I want to kill them all. Metaphorically speaking, like John Wick. No, John, I want this thing intact, my Pakistani mentor says. Originally, they really, really hate PUAs. We never hang around PUAs in Vancouver. We always distance ourselves. You should go on Shark Tank on Dragon's Den, pitch your business. Yeah, maybe. I don't know what to teach them. Like 20 out of 35 Asians, you know, raise your fucking value, improve your hairstyle, you know, improve your body language, your social skills, your emotional control. I mean, how am I going to sell that to Asians? Hey, don't dress like shit. They don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. The Asians are like, whoa. All the Asians that are procreating are usually the tall Asians who are whitewashed, who has social skills without inner game issues. So that's the first principles. Maybe most Asians should be working on the social skills. Dress well. They all have the same hairstyle. Most of the guys who marries white girls and stuff, they all have the same fucking hairstyle. Same look, the same whitewash, no accent. And they're just like tall and, you know, muscular and whitewash as fuck. So just do that. White girls do not like, they're not afraid of, they always think white girls are not into them is because they're dressing like a different tribe. So everything is value and skills. Social skills, right? Value, dressing better. You get it? That's what they don't want you to know. That's why they're value deniers. That's why they'll never get testimonials. Value deniers will never, ever get COVID-19 testimonials. They have no social skills. This is why they can't do it. They can't. Just use your lay testimonials to prove the market, all races, that you're a successful POA. I don't need to prove shit. I already have interviews. I already have like student results. COVID-19. So you mean just don't post the interview, just post the student results? Well, people are such sheeps these days. They need to see interviews and shit, and then they could submit, and then they could go bah, RSD, bah, Justin Mark, bah, Bradicus, because they have low self-esteem. And then once they worship, they turn off their mind, and they always say, oh, the coach gets results, I get results, right? And then guess what happens? They don't have any testimonials. So it's about a status maxing. Stats, natural stats, blackwashed, whitewashed, tall, white, high golden ratio, status, high status game. It has nothing to do with their game or their fashion. They don't have any. It's all about status. The invisible advantage. That's the big secret of the industry. Using the facts that other things don't have true testimonials as a way to market. They don't actually have any testimonials for Daygame. I don't care about their Tinder testimonials. I don't care about JT Tran's night game. In Daygame, they don't have any. This is how I market, but the sheeps don't get it. Is there any people that you do respect? I respect my Pakistani mentor. He's very good. He's the best pickup artist in the world. Although there are other tall, white, handsome, super 10 out of 10 looking inner circle members, and they may get a little bit more results than him. He's still better because he's brown. Although he has an 82% golden ratio, just like my Middle Eastern student, he's tall. He's 5'11". Most of these dating coaches, they always tell you, I'm short, I'm less than 6 foot tall, right? It's always like, I'm around 5'10" and a half. They're really all 5'11". They're all lying pieces of shit. All of them, 5'11". I guess I need to hire a good marketer for your company then. Yeah, I don't really have any sort of marketing. Like, the thing is that the reason why you're screwed is because all these dating coaches, they want your money. So they're all marketers. They actually have no official marketing training. You're like, what? I'll say this again, most dating coaches do not have any skills. There are 5 high income skills. This is why my business is still making money. While I don't have much marketing skills, I do have copywriting skills, public speaking. They're like, oh, John's not a good public speaker. He's not coherent. Well, fuck you. What? My student got 3 Toastmasters first place awards. He almost got to the finals. How the fuck are you saying that, there's no skill? There's some skills. And it doesn't have to be like RSD Machiavellian. They're better public speakers than me. They're professionally trained. I have no official training. All right. And besides that, copywriting, high income skills like sales, holy shit. I can close anyone. That's why I didn't want to go on the phone anymore. If I were to go on the phone for a self-proclaimed high lake count guy, I would close every single fucking deal that goes on his phone, even if they have no money. I'm that good for him. But I'm not going to do it for him. That's why he can't close that many deals. They bleed through because they don't have any skills just funneled in there, like Grant Cardone. Not like Jordan Belfort, like keep him on the line, the straight line persuasion, exactly like Jordan Belfort. But I can close every deal. And I only had like 1 lead last time for last week. And I closed it. Johnny Elite bundle. 1 shot, 1 kill. I don't even want to go on the phone anymore. It's just too easy. I'm a natural salesman. But I don't want to do the sales. I'm that good. And then when I taught the skills to the guy who made $2.2 million, this sales skills is based on my game. It's the same thing. It's just a metaphor. When he made 2.2 million and he doesn't give me any of it, fucking asshole. Even though there's a contract, and I signed a release form to get out of that company and tell him to fuck off. He just like, sorry, can you please reconsider, John? No. Can you come on over and close deals for me? You get half of everything. No, I told him to fuck himself. Fuck him. So the thing is that most of these dating coaches, they have no sales skills. Their public speaking skills are amazing for RSD. Like Jeffy, for example. One of my old students, he was able to recite every single line that Jeffy said. Every single line. He said every single thing perfectly. Jeffy's going to talk about this. He's going to say looks don't matter. Then Jeffy's going to say, boo that man for saying that looks matter or race matters. Next, Jeffy's going to say this. We crash RSD's party because I know people from RSD who works for RSD who let me into the program. Not the program, me into the hot seat area where they pitch their cult programming. They let me in. I was going to yell, Jordan Wayne rules, fuck you, RSD, and run out. But I didn't do it. I just walked out with my crew. But I have infiltrated your shit, Jeffy. Same cult shit. Fucking cults. Dangerous fucking cults. These people are the worst people in the world. They're all cult leaders. That's the reason why they don't get testimonials. You got to imagine that the reason why they all act like cults is very simple. Okay? It's very simple. You got to think about the personality trait. So there's sociopath, narcissist, and Machiavelli manipulator. It's like a triangle here. The other chart is the dark four: sadism, sociopathy, narcissism, and then Machiavelli manipulator. So it's either the dark three or the dark four. In India, right, the dark four screws over the dark three. They're both sociopaths, and they're both like dark triad and dark tetrad. But dark tetrad is like the hornets, okay, the hornets. And dark triad is like the bees. The hornets eats the bees. So I hope that makes sense. So having said that, what do they have in common? The M, right here, Machiavelli manipulator. You see, if they're very Machiavellian, right, and they're manipulators, okay, for the dating coaches, let me ask you guys a question. I think this is a very great question. If the other dating coaches are extremely manipulative around women, what makes you think they're not gaming the men that's in their audience? You're like, shit, John's right, isn't he? Don't you get it? If they're so Machiavellian and they have no marketing skills, let me ask you another question. Won't they start to use this Machiavellianism, this manipulation towards the audience? Do you see why they will smile instead of actually talking like me? And the reason I talk like this, don't you see why John talks like this without a mask and just like having this sort of like, don't you see it? It's because I know what the industry is like, why they don't have testimonials. And if they are Machiavellian manipulators and sociopaths, do you see why they don't get a lot of testimonials if they're value denying? Don't you get it? The reason why they're always value denying and always saying it's not about value, it's all about game. Don't you see that you're all being gamed? Just like a salesman's gaming you to say whatever they can to get your money. That's how they're doing it. That's why they smile. Don't you see why they smile? Don't you see why Tyler and Julian look like they want to kill you? They fucking hate you. They look at you like they're smiling like this. They have crazy eyes because they know they're all sheeps. Do you remember my last YouTube live when I talked about low self-esteem? Remember when I talked about low self-esteem, guys? I talked about how there are 4 traits. If you guys don't remember them, number 1, delusions from low self-esteem. Number 2, you get like a procrastination. You're always pushing things off. Number 3, you have a backstabber voice that leads you down the wrong task, the wrong path. And number 4, the cowardice. These are the 4 things that affects most of these low self-esteem sociopaths that go to RSD. Okay? I'm just here for the ego boost. And glad to have you. Glad to have you. So basically, for RSD, for them, this is why they fucking let me think. Yeah, fuck RSD. Fuck RSD. These motherfuckers, all they care about is money. This is why they're smiling. This is why they're value denying. Don't you see that this is the most optimal way to get your money? And what if I don't want your money? What if I tell everybody today, do not buy a single thing from me during Black Friday? I can say whatever the fuck I want. Don't you see? Because Johnny Lee does not care about money. He cares about his student results. He cares about impacting the entire world, helping Asian men out. Just some things are worth more than money. And if I solve somebody's super problem in the world, I get money in exchange. It's a value. The problem with people like Justin, Mark, and RSD is that they're always giving you value. The system's like, they're getting a lot of value out of it. You're seeing the testimonials. Although they only have 6 testimonials. They're getting a lot of value. It's worth the money. Yeah, it's worth the money, guys. Turn into sheeps. Look at my infield. Turn into sheeps. Turn into sheeps, you dumb. You look at the eyes. Look like they want to kill you. All they want is money because they're entrepreneurs. They want to game you because it's for the narcissistic sociopaths, the dark tetrads, the sadistics. All they want, the value deniers, they want money, power, women, and procreation. This is how the narcissistic sociopaths work. And at the very end, when they do that, this is why they get in trouble with the media. Everyone else, just like the hornets or whatever, or viruses, antibodies. If somebody finds out that the person is very like sneaky for the character, usually all the people would get turned off by them. They become like the TV show Ellen. Remember how Ellen's a mean fucking bitch? You know, that lesbo, carpet munching women. Yeah, that's her. For her, she's the meanest motherfucking dark tetrad sadistic person. But when people found out, they started to get turned off. People don't like that. These dating coaches are like that. That's why they keep getting in trouble. Bradicus, Justin Mark, Daygame from London, who basically is in jail. You got other fucking pickup artists with rape charges, like Alpha Men Training. You also got other people that, you know, also been in jail. Or you got other people that has been like charged. You know, you have all sorts of coaches. You got other coaches that are violent who's been arrested. You got other coaches like Justin Wayne, who's basically scamming everyone and threatening his women and got called on Vice. You got so many of these people making these incidents because they're sociopaths without any care in the world. They have no guilt. They have no guilt. No boundaries. They're unhinged sociopaths. Unhinged. That means nothing will stop them from being violent or crazy or whatever the fuck. Or scamming people. These motherfuckers in this industry, all they care about is money. I'm telling you guys the truth. Johnny Lee's gonna tell you guys the truth. I have the inside information. All they think about 99% of the time is how to game the sheeps. They're thinking, well, you know, they're probably thinking, you know, these guys are already hurt on the inside. So why go offend them? Why go offend them? Why don't you try to go into their world, their low self-esteem, their delusions, from the 4 traits of a low self-esteem, their procrastination, and just be very gentle with them. You know, talk to them. Have you ever noticed the dating coaches? They talk to you like you're stupid kids. They talk like this. I don't want to offend you. Get this, guys. Have you noticed that? And they have these cult leader eyes. Have you noticed that? RSD, when he talks to you like you're stupid idiots, like juvenile stupid idiots. Have you noticed that? You're like, wait a minute. Now you're saying, John, now that I think about it, you're absolutely right. RSD talks like that. All the value deniers talk like that. Holy shit. If they all talk to you like you're stupid kids who doesn't know anything and you're easily offended, this is why I made a video on snowflakes. Because you have low self-esteem and high ego, they have to be careful not to offend you. This is why they don't have testimonials, because they can't stop feeding you bullshit. So for sociopaths, let's talk about the sociopaths. Okay? And we're going to talk about this category. I'm going to put like a square. For the sociopath, this is what they call gaslighting. Gaslighting is feeding you false information over and over. So every time you watch your infield and you turn to a sheep, you are being fed bullshit. That's why they keep value denying. This is why they keep denying everything, race, this, that. They can't stop gaslighting you. Gaslighting. That's why they're so evil. The more you listen to them, the more you get brainwashed. They'll brainwash your emotions, and they'll brainwash the logic afterwards. So first of all, they try to get you emotional. You know, they try to connect with you. They try to really emote. They try to vibe to the sheeps, and they use the crazy eyes. You'll notice with Tyler and other fucking psycho dating coaches, their eyes always look like Hitler. They always look intense. You cover that fake smile. The eyes is a narcissistic eyes. A sociopath death stare is a mixture. They can charm the sheeps. They use it for women, you know, just to vibe. And the women, what happens is they go through this cortisol, this excitement. When they go through this excitement, then afterwards, they get scared, but they start to feel arousal. It's like a BT spike. And they also use it on the men. They're not just gaming the women, they're gaming the men. And they're gaslighting you, telling you, oh yeah, value doesn't matter. I don't believe in black pill. I don't believe in black pill because black pill is very, very flawed. I don't think, because they say, well, if you don't talk about game, you talk about value, you're black pill. I don't believe any of the pills are true. I think either all the pills are true or they're all false, because they're all half-truths. They're all half-truths. You got to think red pill is the attack gear. It is the taking the spam approach gear. The blue pill below that, which they don't have, is the social skills gear, girlfriend gear. but this is not like the attack gear. They don't approach much. Okay, then below that is the purple pill, which is money game. Below that is the black pill. Below MGTOW, and then black pill. So black pill is like hell. You gotta think about it as like a purgatory hell. It goes up and down. Sometimes people need to go back down the ladder to fix the issues. So if you're like an Asian guy and you have very low value, you might have to go back down to blue pill to fix your social skills and go back up. Fuck, maybe sometimes you're like, you're doing pretty well in the game, but you're not making enough money to keep that really hot girlfriend around. The one that you want to be husband material. So you have to go back down the purple pill to make more money. You go back to red pill. Does that make sense? The attack gear. The problem with the attack gear of red pill is that they're value deniers. If they don't have the value and they're attacking or they're approaching, then they're stuck. That's a big problem with the red pill because they're value deniers. They dress like shit and they just spam approach it without skills. The whole industry for sociopaths have no social skills. They have socio skills. So I would recommend everyone learn social skills. It is the biggest game changer in the inner circle. Social skills and body language. The top half is bigger than the bottom half. In the bottom half, this is why you can't get testimonials. Because the only way the women trust you is social skills. So I do not believe in black pill. I don't. But I do think that there is a value system. Sometimes you need to go all the way back down to the black pill just to see exactly what the issue is. You might be a curry Indian, right, who's dressed like shit and you smell bad and you don't shower. You put perfume or a cologne on, right? You need to look at the stereotype, whitewash yourself, and then go back up. Then work on the money, work on the social skills, and then go back to red pill. Hope that makes sense. So you got to think they're just gear shifts. None of them are true. They're all like different continents. Why would you separate in pills? You see that? It's a very sociopathic kind of mindset. You got to be separated into pills and your mindset's fucked. That's the problem. Because they're all red pilling you. All the red pillars have the least amount of testimonials. There's nothing scientific about what they say. When you look at the Ro Tamilausi book about the rational male or some fucking faggotry shit, they can only quote 2 scientific studies. Whenever I talk about things in every YouTube live, you can quote them all over Google. You can Google everything I say about psychology. It's all accurate. Everything. So gaslighting is a real thing. So if I were talking, what is gaslighting? I'll show you. I don't talk about like bullshit concepts. To manipulate someone by psychological means into questioning their own sanity. Okay. Gaslighting is a form of psychological manipulation in which a person or a group covertly sows seeds of doubt in the targeted individual or group, making them question their own memory, perception, or judgment. Okay. So gaslighting is a real form of sociopathic manipulation. So I do know this shit. Gaslighting is a form of psychological manipulation in which a person or group covertly sows seeds of doubt in the targeted individual or group, making them question their own memory, perception, or judgment. It may evoke changes in them, such as cognitive dissonance, low self-esteem, rendering the victim additionally dependent on gaslighter for emotional support and validation, like RSD. Short and handsome beats tall and ugly. Not really. I think it's better to be tall and high golden ratio and ugly than to be short and handsome. So that's in my student results. The taller guys, the looks in the face doesn't matter. Did you know that my student that got 2 model girlfriends, losing my voice again. My student just showed me his golden ratio. He put in the machine. He got 82%. He's not super handsome looking, but he's tall. He's bald. He's my Middle Eastern student, just like you, same height, 6'2". However, because his high golden ratio, now he understands why he banged 2 models. He also got 2 COVID-19 lays. I'm going to update. He's going to be either in the next video testimonial or the other 6'2" black student. They're all competing to see who's the best. The very best student I had was 5'4", not handsome, but perfect social skills, dresses exactly like I do. And for him, he got 150 lays under my training. The second place is now tied with the Middle Eastern student and also the black student. They both have 22 lays each. The thing is that the black student had 2 girlfriends. The Middle Eastern student had 1, but his girlfriend was a model. Okay? So he fucked 2 models. So therefore, he's a little bit ahead, but we can't really tell who's winning. It's all Daygame, my system. So I'm gonna lose my voice. Using denial, misdirection, contradiction, misinformation. Gaslight involves attempt to destabilize the victim and delegitimize the victim's belief. Basically, red pill is all gaslighting. I never even seen a tall, fat, ugly dude with an attractive girl. Well, you never seen the inner circle. Some of the members are like ugly, tall. Most people, males, gets women below their look scale. Below their look scale. So if the guy's a 9 out of 10, she's like an 8.7 who's really insecure, or like 7.9. It's called SMV. Hope that makes sense. Hope that makes sense. Most people in the blue pill, they're pretty much equal in looks. And sometimes you might see an ugly Asian guy with a white girl. She doesn't have any friends. All her friends is the friend zone Asian guys. And they over time, she fell for him because she had no other options. And she didn't want to use Tinder. So she ended up with this Asian guy who was friend zone for years. That's not a fun way of doing it. That's not a fun way. But most people are just SMVing it. So it's always it's always the guy's a little bit better looking than a girl, and they think that's a game. A lot of PUAs are like that. They're like an 8 out of 10 in looks, and they're getting like 6s and 5s, and they're thinking, "Oh, I got game, right?" No, you don't. You're just SMVing it. You're better looking than a girl. That's not game. That's not game. Can you get below and above? Right, both. You can't get above, right? Then something's like you're just SMVing it. Downhill battle. I hope that makes sense. I'm gonna lose my voice soon. Because the more I answer your questions, right, I'm really off track. Whatever little voice I have left, I'm just saying you're all gaslighted. They only want your money. This is why on Black Friday, they have big sales, like 50% off, 80% off, like Justin Mark. Their system never works for Daygame. Of course, they have to discount their shit because it is shit. It's only worth the price that's 50% off or 80% off. I never seen, I'm gonna lose my voice. I hope you guys learn a lot before I can't even speak anymore. I feel like I'm being choked by Julian Blanc or something. So yeah, that's all I gotta say. Joining late, 450 late poll testimonials. Guess what? There's more coming for COVID-19. This is just the beginning, guys. I gotta censor the faces and put the women, all the next testimonial with the Middle Eastern student. There's so many lay videos and so many lay pics. I have to censor the women and try not to get in trouble. So I'm gonna figure out how to do that. Maybe I have to post on my blog first, the uncensored version with the mosaic and stuff. You gotta really cover them all. So it's Thanksgiving here in the States. Oh, okay. I didn't know that. But happy Thanksgiving, guys. For spending the time with me. I thought it's just Black Friday or something. So in Canada, we have a different Thanksgiving. But happy Thanksgiving. I wish you all the best. And I hope whatever I'm teaching you, that you guys see that I don't really care about your money. Right? Greens again. Yeah, no problem. So basically, I don't care about the money. Money is like great, but I'm just telling you what you guys don't want to hear. You're being gaslighted by all the other cult leaders, dating coaches. They only want your money. They're gaming you. They're gaslighting you. They just think it's the most optimal strategy because they're Machiavellian manipulators. I don't care. This is why the students train under me, because I'm not value denying and I'm not skill denying. I teach skills and value. It's a formula. 20 out of 35. Is almost like game theory where they figure out an economic theory, a war theory. This is just as good. This theory should win the Nobel Peace Prize for Daygame. This is the conversion mechanism. If you can calculate 20 or 35 during that week, if you approach, you'll probably bang a woman easily without much effort. So it's not about game, it's about like value. So if we're gonna deny the value, then the red pills is not about value. They always say the same shit. It's not value. Look at me, I'm a short Asian guy. Yeah, but you have a girlfriend who's bisexual, right? So she's that white SMV, but she's not white. She looks white. So therefore, you're using her to raise your value as pre-selection and status. So there's like, oh yeah, I'm a short Indian guy. Well, you're ignoring the Instagram, the dating coach funnel with the pre-selection high status. Oh yeah, but I'm an ugly guy. Yeah, but you're ignoring a DJ when you say you're a DJ and all this other shit. You see what I mean? They're all value deniers. They never talk about the conversion mechanism. What really creates the results. Oh yeah, but look at me, I'm ugly and I'm like, black looking. Yeah, because you may not be black, you may be a different race, but you look black. When you shave off all your hair, even though you probably have hair, which they do, and try to look more blackwashed and show off the muscles, if you cover the muscles with a blazer, then they don't create that conversion mechanism. But whenever they show more of the muscles without the blazer, then they have that conversion mechanism because they look more black. And white women, 87% of university students, love black men. What do you think? I should have an internet business? Should I stay in Toronto? Should I locate somewhere else? I'm not obsessed with white women. I also like ethnic women. Go to Australia or go to Eastern Europe if you're Indian. I think in Toronto, it's like, this is what I think you should do, okay? You should have a normal job so you can bring in cash flow, okay? Wait, are you that guy? I hope you're not that guy who tried to like get Elite Playbook. You pretended to care just to get free advice. That's not you, right? I thought he was. Is he Canadian? I'm not sure. I don't think so. No. But regardless, Indian guy is just like some crazy fucking psycho who went to jail because he was crazy. I would first of all get a normal job so you can bring in cash flow. Okay. So what does that make sense? Once you can bring in cash flow, then you work on the side hustle. So at first, this is going to fund the cash flow. So money comes in from the job. But at the free time, you're working on your high income skills, whether it's sales, copywriting, whatever, some kind of skill. So, and then when the skill starts to make you a little bit of money, right, you still bring in cash flow from here. So the side hustle, right, I'm talking about the skills that I do have. I don't have a side hustle. I'm a dating coach. I have no second job. All the money comes in from this. So when the side hustle makes more money than the first job, then you quit the first job. Does that make sense? Yes. In investing into my business, the business getting built up. But like I said, always keep that job and invest into business. And business is all about skills. Don't think about just investing in business. If you don't have the skills, like I said, everything is value and skills. If you don't have the skills, you should hire out remote team. Maybe in a different country, India, Philippines, to do some of the jobs faster. So you can hire the people with the skills to raise your value. Does that make sense? So once that starts to make money, right, the thing is going to start growing faster. This is called scaling. But before you scale, you have to make sure that your skill set can make you 10K. Because my white student, the 18-year-old, made 10.9K this month. So now he can start scaling his business. He never thought he can make 10K with my training. And I was trying to show the old man, the 50-year-old man who's Elite 60 student, that it is possible. And he apologized, which is great. I asked him, please apologize to me when you said I was wrong about copywriting. I wasn't teaching you shit. Now he realized, like, fuck, 18-year-old student really made 10K. So let's say my business is booming. You think Australia is best bet? Eastern Europe, kind of bummy lifestyle. Got outsourcing for Fiverr. Think Fiverr or think like the Philippines or something, maybe. The Philippines have a lot of talent. I think that's going to be up and coming. India, I don't trust Indians. They all have diluted sort of mental filters when it comes to business. They all try and backstab each other. In India, the dark tetrad tries to backstab the dark triad. So once you can build enough like I said, your skills, if you can make 10K just like my students, right? Just on your high income skills, then you can worry about scaling your business. There's many ways to scale. Use ads. I don't use ads, but I know I can copyright, so I can write ads, but I don't want to do it. These days they're getting slapped on Facebook a lot. Okay. So once you scale it, then you can take whatever money that you have and you can reinvest it back into ads. So if the business is on the side, right, with ads, because it drives more traffic. If you can print, like if you can put $1 in ads and you get back like $3 back, right? You get it? If you put $100, right, and you get $300 back, shouldn't you reinvest it back into the business over and over, into the ads? Do you see that? You got to be careful because there's a lot of compliance issues with ads. People are getting slapped. That means they're shutting down a lot of Facebook ads accounts. So you keep reinvesting 5 or 6 times. You need a good offer over and over. And eventually at some point that it will no longer make you back that $3. It'll be $1 for $1.50. And then that's when you stop the ad, because this is what they call ad fatigue. And you switch it over to like something else, a different ad. This is why split testing, when I talk about split testing, is important. So you got to think like whatever ad that was working is called a control. On the side, it's called the variation. You see if the variation can beat the control. The control is what makes the money. Most of my sales letters are the control. They're the one that brings me in income, okay, in students. If I test the variation, I may change the headline and stuff like that. But yeah, I hope that makes sense. Yeah, advertising is everything. I got my artwork, website, all done for Fiverr. Some of them are third. You want to hire these people. They work much harder and they're more talented. When you look at Americans, they're just lazy as fuck and they demand a lot of money. So this is what you want to do with the business. But you want to think about keeping the people instead of just hiring them once, right? You should keep them as a remote team. As a remote team. There's COVID-19. You can't run in the fucking office building anymore. People are going to catch COVID-19. And I caught COVID-19. It's a real fucking disease. It is nasty. It's nasty. So that is what I recommend. And then once you make enough money, reinvest it back in ads, or you can reinvest it in something else. Maybe index funds or something. You learn how to do some investing. As long as you get 10% back from investing, then that's a good thing. Hope that makes sense. You know, I can probably become a millionaire. I'm already a millionaire, actually. Like, this is a mansion here. This place. It's mine. It's like as big as my Pakistani mentors, man. That's not the point. I don't care about money because I always was around money. You know, Chinese people are always rich. So it's not like an issue for me. I don't give a shit. I could do whatever the fuck I want. But however saying that, this is the strategy I'll use. Yeah. I had COVID-19 in February. I was working in Coursera too. I was sick for 2 weeks. I had more for 2 weeks. Even a few days ago, I still have pneumonia. My lungs smell kind of funny. So does the idea of business make sense to you? I hope that somehow makes sense. The most important thing is to have a very good offer. A good offer is something like something that people cannot refuse. It's kind of like a Godfather movie, you know? I'm gonna make you an offer you cannot refuse. It's just like Elite 30 and Elite Bundle. They have 6 fucking Skypes. Who the fuck could resist that? Not only that, with 6 Skypes, the bonuses exceeds the products, but the products with the bonuses makes it so powerful because they get to use my mental filter. So you need to have an offer. And copywriting is very important too. You gotta think like copy. The idea of the ads is, you know, to sell the click so they can look at your landing page. It's not trying to sell your shit on the ad. You're trying to get the attention so they click through it. So this is called click-through rate. See, I'm very Asperger sounding when I talk about business or game or anything. Like I don't talk to you guys like that. I'm a fucking genius. I can make, if you want me to make a side business without showing my face and say, John, can you make $1 million first year? I'll make 750 something, you know, $1,000. Next year, I'll make like almost $1 million. And then after that, I'll crack way past $1 million in 3 years. Easily. But I don't care about money. But yeah, I know this shit. Let's see. What's a good weight for a 6'2" man? Well, it's not about the weight. Okay. If you can have a wide shoulder and you look like a football player. So for the For the black student, as you saw him in the last testimonial, did you know during COVID-19, before it, he actually got skinnier and ripped? The biggest problem with black students is that they always, once they get a few lays, they always want to slim down. They always feel like they're too fat or they're too bulky. And then when they slim down, all their results disappear. When the muscles disappear, the women disappears. And then you have to depend on social skills and social calibrations. So it's always think football player. Doesn't matter the weight, think football player, football player, football player. I would love to move to Australia, but isn't station hard to get? Then again, I'm coming from Canada. Well, maybe Australia is not the best place economically, Europe, but if you can work in a job that, with high income skills, I can work anywhere in the world, really. I don't have to be in Vancouver. I don't. I could be anywhere I want in the world. Nobody, gives a fuck. Try to find a job where you can do something like that. You can work anywhere in the world because you don't want to work in the business. You want to work on the business. So when you have enough skills, you know who to hire. But you want to work on the business, not in the business. I hope that makes sense. It runs like you want to focus on the big things. That's why your team is handling the small things. That's why you're always stuck. Like, so if I got to work here, I got to work there. It shouldn't matter. I'm not sure what you're doing for a living, but if you're running a marketing agency or something, you can work anywhere in the world, really, with a remote team. This is why I suggest a remote team. You can go anywhere. As long as you have an internet connection, your remote team can contact you. You can still build anything. You can build army of Filipino workers. Seriously. That's why I think in my mental filter. So I don't know what you do. So in citizenship and stuff like that, yeah. So just go to the places where it makes the most money. But right now, COVID-19, I think even with the vaccines in my mental filter, it's still going to take a while to recover the industry. You can see why I'm surviving COVID-19 for my business, because they're always thinking industrial, like the boot camps. Dating coaches always thinking boot camps, industrial, physical. I'm more of a digital guy. That's what's going to survive. The next generation has changed. It has become more digital. Hope that makes sense. So it doesn't really make sense why people are like going back to the old ways. Industry is dying outside of Elon Musk. Cars, everything, all that stuff is not recession or pandemic proof. This is why their businesses are fucked. Their products don't work, so they're confusing. That's why it doesn't work, and they confuse you on purpose. So you go into their fucking online training or into their boot camp for 7 days. They're funneling you. It's not like their game really is that powerful and it works. It's just no matter what you buy, you should always wait 3 fucking months to see whether or not it works during COVID-19. Wait 3 months. If you see no testimonials from Justin Mark or other people who are putting out courses out there because they need money, then don't buy their shit. Just buy Elite Playbook and Elite Bundle or John Elite Access or Inner Circle. Simple. Are you talking about American football? Yeah, I'm talking about American football, not like a European football. Think like big, bulky, husky, strong, muscular, ripped. That's what women are into. They want the protector status from black men. So sometimes it's not about the face. It's about the muscles, protector status. That's what makes them so attractive to women. So there's a big agency over there in Australia called King Kong. You can look into it. Some of their principles are pretty good. But I'm not a marketer. But it's just recently I've been learning more about marketing. I've always naturally just did what I naturally do. It doesn't mean I'm Machiavellian. I'm not. Luckily, I don't have the sociopath gene. You see what I mean? Like them? Because they're delusional. I'm not delusional. So therefore, it helps. But all my business, if I had a business model, is basically just go on YouTube Live and just say whatever the fuck is on my mind without a mask. That's my business model. People love it. And then because I'm not value denying, my business model always attracts the right students. There's a special type of John Elite students, the soldiers, the elites. They understand everything I'm saying. The sociopaths who are delusional, they always think I'm incoherent or I say fuck, bitch, cunt, too much. It triggers them, low self-esteem. Look at me, John's not smiling like a marketer. So they don't get it. But the students, they get it. So they attract the low self-esteem sheeps. They cannot blame me if their business failed during COVID-19. They never knew anything about business in the first place. Let's be real here. You never knew anything about business. You thought you did. You thought you're so smart because you're Machiavellian, like a fucking black widow spider, spinning webs of lies and bullshit and half-truths and gaslighting. Cult leader. You didn't know shit about business or high-income skills. Most of these motherfuckers, I had to teach them for they turning against me. Like sales skills. They don't know shit about business. The only reason why they made more money before COVID-19 is because the sheeps themselves had more money. What happens when you're a sheep and you have a lot of money? They like to throw away money. You see the guys who are not sheeps and they have self-esteem. They train under me. They look at the testimonials and they're like, fuck, I want to be one of them. And they have self-esteem that they invest in themselves and they are part of the, Hall of Fame. They become part of the Hall of Fame. So they eventually get results. They keep adapting. When they get the results, it's great. That's how it should have been. Look at student results, split testing, field testing, all that stuff, value, skills. I discard all the dirt. There's a lot of things I discarded. I mean, there are some systems I wish I never learned. It actually slowed me down a little bit. Just wasting my fucking time. You learn the wrong dating coach stuff, you lose 3 years of your life. And that's the problem. If they're sociopaths, they're value deniers, the mental filter is always fucked. They always have this delusional opinions as facts. You're always going to get screwed. Because you're only focusing on the game. And game is a value delivery system. You're just vibing your SMV. You're going to turn it into a numbers game. I don't believe in that. It's complete nonsense. I may want to post a few more infields where I'm closing on the first approach or the second or a day 2. There's lots of day 2 stuff. I just haven't posted it. My business is more same day life. I don't know if I should do that because I don't want to make my business all about infields and worshipping and sheep. But I could do that. I could flood my front page with, maybe I should put some screenshots on there, coming soon or something, and then get my video editor to edit the infields later. He's very slow. He's about to be fired. Let's just say that. No matter how good he is, when you work for Johnny Elite, even if you're cultured, you're not up to par, get rid of them. So that's what I want to say to them, Capo. If you find somebody on your team that is very skilled, but they're not cultured, they're not a good fit. If you cannot coach them. This is why I decided not to have successors or other dating coaches on my team. These kind of people will probably fuck you over at some point. When they get too much skill, they'll let the power get to their head. I've decided I'm going to be the last of the Waynes. The generation dies with me. Discard that shit. It's just a toxic generation of, So that's how I feel like. I'm not going to have a successor from what I can see, Or maybe the whole inner circle from the Facebook group is going to be the successors, all of them. Who knows? Maybe they're the disciples. Jesus and their disciples. Or maybe all of you who are listening to this stuff are all going to be disciples. But if I died during COVID-19, let's say that killed me, I will still have more testimonials than everyone, even hundreds of years from now. Justin Marco always have 6 testimonials or 7. He should be having 1 new testimonial every single year he coach. Why not this year? All right, COVID-19. So maybe next year, Brad's Kiss is always going to have 2 testimonials. Always. 2 fucking testimonials. That's it. So that's all I want to say. That's how I want to end this. I don't want to sound negative or nothing or hating. I'm not hating because I'm not hating on people that are below me because they have less testimonials than me. Just remember this. Johnny Lee has more testimonials than every other one of your hero dating coaches combined. Even if you combine all their testimonials together in a big pile, guess what? I still have hundreds more. So fuck you all, you haters. It's like so easy, right? You all can do it. Yeah, because you're value deniers. You can never do it. Sorry, you can't. Because the thing is that when you're not denying value, they know what to work on. Just like Mills over there. He knows that if he can stay in a football player's shape, this game's gonna be easier. That helps the value. Okay? And maybe you should think about, instead of being blackwash, you should be whitewash, Mills. Change your fashion to whitewash, like my other students. And there was another guy who was here, I think another natural. I'm not sure if that's you or not. There was a guy who was a natural who looks exactly like my 6'2" student. They have the same face, but he was wearing blazers and stuff. And he's banging women who are like 9 out of 10 in Daygame, 8 out of 10. But he's automatic. He's a natural. So he's like, he got Elite 30 because he wanted to have more of a manual control over his game. And he's like, John, this course, the haters are like, this is an acting course. This is not acting course, you dumb fucks. Like I said, it's like a spine. You have to readjust the social calibrations. Social calibrations is 55% of your nonverbal communication. So that's why it's so important. Elite 30 is so important. It's not about if an autistic fucking hard case, it's not just dressing better and acting abilities. If he was acting better and dressing better, he'll be more of a hard case because the spine will be all fucked up. It'll be like a scoliosis. The spine is going to be all curved. It needs to straighten that first and fix the spine, crack it, realign it one day at a time, like Elite 30. And then he can do all that shit and dress better. So the whole acting thing is just like, is acting skills. No, it's more like public speaking, but it's not acting. It's about you, the best version of you, like the alpha male. It's behavioral game. That guy who is an autistic fuck, hard case, is still going to be beta as fuck. His personality is going to be beta. So hope that all makes sense. I hope all that gives you clarity. And for once, I talk about testimonials. And yes, every single testimonial is real for all the haters. Hey, is John's testimonials real? You know, look, I mean, look at all the video testimonials. Success leaves clues. They're all real, you dumb fucking idiots. Are you kidding me? Every single one is real. What the fuck? Are you insane? Like, instead of like just listening to me and what I have to say and getting offended, instead, like just John's not being smelly and shit. Just look at the testimonials. Stop listening to the haters. You know, fucking stop being stupid. Stop being a sheep. Stop being gaslighted. Maybe choose not to watch their YouTube videos. Maybe choose not to be gaslighted. Have the self-esteem to not be gaslighted. It's that simple. You can choose to listen to the truth here, or you can choose to listen to bullshit lies. And I have to keep debunking their fucking lies with my student results. And you find it over and over, it's all lies, half-truths. Because you've given them the authority. You've given up your neural pathways. And when you accept the neural pathways, you're fucked for the next few years. You'll lose 3 years of your life. Every wrong system that you study. And trust me, I know. I've studied them all. I feel tested. Every fucking red pill system and inner circle system kills it. It's not even close. The concepts like the other guy, that black guy, who slayed fucking Europe completely, who loves the product, who says everything about your product is 100% true. I've seen it. Every single component of it is exactly what us naturals do. Are you a natural, John? How do you know all this? How do you reverse engineer what we do? That's all I'm saying. Food for thought. But they do say, the naturals, they do think Elite 30 is the Bible of natural game. The real natural game. Not the natural and direct or natural and scam direct or natural and bullshit game. The one that they do in the industry does not have social skills. It's autistic. It's just sticking on the chest, DHVing like crazy, no social skills, and just giving validation. That's not natural game. In Valentine's, like, there's no such thing as natural game. Yeah, because you have no social skills, Todd, because you are an ass-beef fucking person without facial expressions. You have no facial expressions, Todd. So what the fuck do you know? You didn't split test, Todd. You didn't split test. And you did the same fucking system for 20 years. I split test for 19 years. Who do you think is going to win? The split tester. Of course. Because I'm not delusional. I speak from a scientific point of view. And when you heard me talk about business, I can get really technical. If you really want to hear me talk about the game, I can get super technical. the most technical in the world. But I'm speaking to you guys in a way that you guys understand. I'm communicating to you guys so I can impart the wisdom using metaphors and examples and understanding shit. So I hope you guys learned a lot. It's already a long time. I hope for people out there that they understand what I'm saying. Get Elite Bundle or get Elite Access if you already have Elite 30 or Elite Playbook. So looks matter. Yeah, I mean, you definitely do want to max. Everything matters, Mills. Everything matters. Looks matters. Money matters. Race matters. Lifestyle status matters. Social skills matters. Body language, sub-communication matters. Emotional control matters. Emotional intelligence. Game, yeah, it matters, but it's a smaller part. But it's like a value delivery system. Everything matters. That's the word. Everything matters. And we're denying the skills, like social skills and spam approaching, and you're denying the value, like in looks or in terms of the height and stuff like that, muscles. It's not just the face. Then you're denying a lot of things that people could optimize. They always say, "Oh, it's just excuses. You're making excuses or something." No, you're allowed to make one excuse, but you have to do three things to correct it. So if a guy says, "I'm a skinny Asian with no muscles," right? Well, hit the fucking gym, get a total gym at home, and take some protein and shut the fuck up afterwards. Then you cannot make excuses. But you're allowed to make one excuse, correct the issue with 3 counter attacks, and then shut the fuck up. That's how it is. So everything matters. You gotta acknowledge it. Now that you know you can tweak to be more whitewash and to be more like a football player, you acknowledge the value. Now you know what to change. There are 3 things you can change. Hope that makes sense. How come people don't know this? It's like, John, everything you're spitting is like truth bombs. Everything you're saying is truth. Of course it's true. Of course it's true. And look at a student. It's like the other guy say, I disagree with you, John. You know, you're copywriting. This is not the style that works in my country. And all of a sudden, this other student makes 10K. He's in high school. I mean, what do you think it did to his mindset when he made 10K? He believes that he can make more now. Something switched in his brain after today. As soon as he made that 10K, I'll be making that as the next blog post. I'll be showing the evidence. And maybe adding this to my sales letter. For all those people out there, if I were to pitch something, I'm going to pitch something. Get John Elite Access. Stop being a cunt. Or Elite Bundle. I know, it's like COVID-19, right? The guys are like, oh, I don't have as much money. Well, fucking eat potatoes all day and rice, you fucking cheap fuck. And for the people who have a job, train under me. Yeah. You sound sick as fuck. Yeah, I mean, I'm still recovering from COVID. So, still recovering from COVID. So, I'm not 100%. Sometimes when I breathe, it smells kind of funny. The lungs still have like pneumonia and stuff. But you can't kill me. You can't kill a legend. Fuck you, COVID. You can't kill me. Maybe I'm one of those long haulers, you know, that people that caught COVID, but it doesn't recover. Did you lose your sense of smell? Earlier in the year, I lost my sense of smell for a little bit. But later on, I didn't lose that much of it. So my Australian got disconnected. That's for brown dudes. It's easier. If you look white, if you look blackwashed, it's easier for Australian. Also, Poland is not like another place that's pretty good for Indians too. You know, Poland and Australia and Toronto. These 3 places are the best for Indians. That's my opinion. So, hope that makes sense. It's just Australian. My students aren't like Indians and stuff. They do pretty well in game there. It's a very PUA sort of place. And also exotic factor. Yeah, my Toronto, yeah, your Toronto is actually not a bad place. You don't realize that. It's just because when people have this Justin Mark kind of game there, they're all fucked using Tinder. Heard Germany will be great for me. It'll be very good for you if you're black and tall. It's not even going to be a game. It's going to be like fucking shooting fish in a barrel. Come on now. The secret behind Germany is all the women are hipsters. They don't tell you that. In Berlin, they're all hipsters. The entire country. Sweden is okay, but Sweden has a lot of xenophobia because they're mostly blondes and they're white people in Sweden. And Middle Easterns, they have this reputation for raping women there. I wouldn't say is the best for black people. I would say that they don't really like people who are too foreign. Hope that makes sense. So that's not the place you should be. You should be at places like Germany and Poland. That would be easier for black people. These are the kind of places that you want to be at. So Eastern Europe is actually going to be more suitable. So yeah, that's what I think. That's just my professional opinion. It doesn't mean they're all going to be suitable. But yeah, Germany is going to be very, very suitable. It's going to be like too easy. They're all hipsters. All the women are hipsters. They lie to you when they say these are just regular. They're all hipsters. They're into alternative shit. They're into like colored people. And Middle Eastern people, there's so much rape there. And they let it happen because they're the dominating tribe. They're the dominating tribe. And if you're exotic and stuff, you do very well in Germany. Very, very well. So yeah, so I'm not feeling so good. How is Munich, Germany? Think Berlin. Berlin is probably where you want to be at. Okay? That's where I would be for if you're a colored person. That's almost like the Melbourne of whatever, or that's almost like the place that has hipsters and alternative people. That is the more cultured place, because all the women there already has the government funding, the socialism. So therefore, they already have the survival value taken care of. You just need the replication value, the height, the race, the exoticness. So therefore, the game is easier. What about London? London is actually not the easiest place. It's not the easiest place. It's very, very crowded. I taught there. Although my testimonials are not counted there, you can add 8 more testimonials, maybe a couple of them from London for boot camps. So having said that, London, I've been there. Very crowded place. But you're not supposed to approach every girl like a machine gun game. I would say London, you wouldn't like it, Mills. The girls there are ugly as fuck. They're all like 4 out of 10 and they're all fat. Is like, if you're a chubby chaser, like a short black guy, then London is better. But for most people, London is pretty tough. My student is there in London. The guy got a same day later in COVID-19. So they do a lot of spam approaching and direct shit. I taught him recently to switch out that style. Do not say I like your style or some bullshit. Go more indirect, but approach the women that have nothing to do. In that case, but some people say, "Oh, John, your boot camp skills only approach women, that have nothing to do. The warm up doesn't count or something." It's not that. It's the fashion, the race, the height that creates a downhill battle in the social skills. But London, I don't like London. I think London's ugly shit, like ugly fucking bitches, fat fucking bitches. Everyone's hungry and they eat like crazy. They all eat Indian food in London. Seriously, they're ugly. How about Singapore? Singapore is like they're half Malaysians and half Chinese over there in Singapore. Okay, so they're unless you're a white person, Singapore is not the place to be. Singapore is not the place to be. I highly don't recommend it. You spit on the street, they'll fucking like throw you in jail. Singapore is very clean, but it is a place of class warfare. I have students in Singapore that got results too. So it is like the Chinese are above the Malaysians. Malaysians are darker skinned. They're like the second class citizens. I highly recommend you do not go to Singapore. You're better off not in Japan, but you're better off not in China. They'll fucking harvest your organs if they don't like you. I don't know, maybe Thailand or maybe like that would be good. Maybe just visit these Asian countries, see which ones you like. Japan, Thailand. Don't go to Vietnam. There's pretty good food there, but yeah, maybe Thailand or maybe like Beijing, right? Just be careful not to get your organs harvested because right now they're very hostile, the Chinese. So Taiwan, yeah, Taiwan's okay. Taiwan has a lot of psychopaths. They actually have a very higher psychopath gene. Taiwan and China does not get along. South Korea is very they're very into looks. These guys looks max because they're all into surgery. They always believe that looks matters. That's the only way you can get a job at Samsung. Very competitive culture. So that's the Koreans. A lot of them in real life, they're ugly as fuck. The handsome, pretty boy K-pop artists, they usually like reduce their jaw size. They have jaw surgery. They shave off a piece of their jaw. And one day I might just do that. When I get a little bit older, right? Wait a minute, I'm old as fuck, right? And I still look pretty young. Even at my age, I can still pass for like 23 or 24 or whatever, right? So having said that, I might reduce the jawline a little bit. It's getting a little bit wider as I work out more. I don't like it. If I can slim it up a little bit, I think it'll look a lot better. But they're very much into plastic surgery. They don't even like K-pop there, to be honest. It's only the rest of the world that likes K-pop more. But Koreans are like very their social skills are better than the other Asians, but however, they're very, very competitive. I'm in love with a 5'7" Chinese girl. She has a psychopathic gene, though. I'm not surprised. The Chinese have a high level of psychopath gene. So, black people are 65% for mal-op gene. Chinese are 56%. Most Chinese are very cold people. Some are delusional, or some of them are just cold. Colder psychopaths. The other crazy ones are socio. I want to visit Singapore for the Marina Bay Hotel. It's like 1K a night, but inclusive. I heard it attracts East Asian tourists. Just go there. Fuck. Yeah, I can't speak much longer. Now my lungs are smelling funny again. This fucking COVID doesn't seem to be healing its fucking self. Fuck, it smells like... How do I explain it? It smells like fucking... like gasoline or something, or some kind of like... something really weird. Maybe that's called bronchitis or pneumonia. Like water or liquids fill in the lungs. But you know what? COVID, you can't kill me. You can't kill me. So... yeah, I found that vitamin D mixed with zinc and other things work really well. So I'm going to take that again. I've just been taking less. Hope you don't die on live. No, that's not going to happen. It's easier to pick up women in the winter. Big jackets in my... It's actually way harder in the winter. Way harder. Because social comfort is not there. Because when it's raining and snowing, it's not very comfortable. It becomes exponentially harder than summer. So doing too much pickup, then you want to do inside the mall. You want to start in the mall. Hope that makes sense. Going for same day lay, you go in the mall, then you go to a coffee shop, and then you start moving around outside and back to your place. So you want to stay inside. That's right. If winter clothes does not show your muscles, right, it'll work against you. This is why I tell my students, even if they're wearing blazers and shit, I tell them to wear Under Armour. So that way, you can still wear very, very like blazers and shit, where it can show more of your body shape. But the Under Armour keeps you warm. And I have an Under Armour that's very expensive, like hundreds of dollars, from a company called Arc'teryx. It's a Canadian company, but they make some really high-end sort of like the jacket, this ugly hoodie I have, it's like $500 from Arc'teryx. Okay, really, really the ugliest jacket you've ever seen in your life. However, it keeps you warm. It can be snowing outside, and I'm wearing that jacket. I'll survive the cold. I can be outside for like days. That's how warm the jackets are. So if you can find an Under Armour that's able to keep you warm, you can hide your normal clothing underneath it. You can wear very, more slim clothing that shows off your muscles. I hope that helps, Mills. That's what I would be focusing on. Would it be easier to move to Australia from Canada? Um, it doesn't mean it's easy. Maybe you can try see if you can find some remote work or something there, or get a work permit. What do you do for a living? How do you get COVID? I think somebody was delivering food, an Indian guy, because he don't wear a fucking mask. Okay, this fucking asshole was like 2 feet away from me and laughing at me because I was holding my breath. It might have went through the eyes. Indians are just, they have like, sometimes they have this lower self kind of behavior, no sense of guilt. My other students in India right now, he's telling me that when somebody catches COVID in India, they'll spread to all their friends because he's like, well, if I have COVID and my friends don't have it, they should all get it. That's the Indian mindset. They're completely red-eyed, crazy people. Lower self, they don't have a higher self-care. I'm not saying Australia is the only place to go. Poland or whatever. Can you work in a place that does not involve like actually? Can you actually work remote on a laptop? Do you have a laptop lifestyle? That's a better question. If not, but yeah, I caught it from him. It's some old fuck. I didn't remember ordering the food. That's the funny thing. I might have accidentally pressed something or I glitched on my phone, but he spread that fucking COVID and he doesn't even give a shit. So I was taking every precaution, wearing masks, everything. I was very careful. And I'm very OCD. I wash my hands a lot. But this guy fucking just walks up to me because I didn't know. I thought this package was something else. I thought I had a very important Amazon package. He just fucking knocks and opens. Oh, a package for you. I was like, okay. Then he's right at my fucking face. I mean, I should fucking punch him in the face and tell him to back the fuck up. Why are you not wearing a mask? Currently work as a concierge. I'm working on a music production business at the moment. I took time from work. I went to a new focus on business. Okay. Yeah, I'm for the coffee. I've been drinking cold brew coffee, so there's no sugar in it, which is great. Cold brew coffee is very delicious. It tastes good, and a little bit of milk is wonderful. But if you don't use milk, it still tastes wonderful. You don't have to go to Starbucks. I have this big mason jar, and it filters all the coffee. And after 48 hours, it creates the most wonderful fucking coffee ever, guys. If you haven't tried cold brew coffee, you haven't lived. Holy shit! There's nothing tastier than cold brew coffee. It's like an energy drink, but you just make as many as you want. It's actually good for your health. Um, I have a sweet tooth, right? But I'm eating less sugar. I've been eating more pizzas lately, like Italian pizzas. They don't have any sugar or fat. It's just mostly, what's up? Long time no see. I don't like Malaysia. Malaysia is one of those poor countries that don't mean shit. So it doesn't mean shit. That's what I recommend. I gotta pee eventually, so I gotta stop this. This is going on too long. Are London girls that ugly? Holy fuck. You have no idea how ugly London girls are. There's one area that has a fashion show, okay? Like Mongolia, fuck no. Just stay away from the brown. They might like you. They might like you. The brown might like you because you have darker skin in India. London girls are so fucking ugly, right? You have no idea how fucking ugly they are. I wonder if I saw pictures of London on my phone, right? If I do, I just want to say, like, if you look at American girls and they're ugly as fuck, right? They're like 6 out of 10 or something. London is like 4 out of 10 or 3. They're fat fucking, like, huge fucking thighs everywhere. Everyone's fat in London. You wouldn't believe how much food is there in London. I hate texting, bro. This COVID got me texting a lot. Text game is actually very simple. The big secret is I'm not gonna tell you. Texting from minority. One of those people that say, "Oh yeah, you're texting from minority courses, this and that is copied from." No, fuck you. For haters, there's a hater that says like, "Oh yeah, you're texting from minorities." Like, dude, every single student except for one got laid on texting from minority, asshole. For the people that hates on me, and I don't teach my text game in public. They say, "Well, there's a lot of free advice out there." Well, go to their free advice. Fuck their free advice. This is for Daygame, not for online. I found Daygame text game to be very different from online. Online is more to the point, from point A to point B. For Daygame, you don't have the pictures, you don't have the actual funnels, You don't have the profile. So therefore it's very different. Hope that makes sense. So yeah, I gotta eventually go. It's 2 hours. Come on. I'm dying of COVID here. I'll survive. You can't kill me. And here I thought it was getting much better. So what's your boundaries when texting someone? How much BS will you take? I wouldn't take any BS. I'd be always willing to walk. Always be willing to walk in your text game. You don't want to come with me? That's fine. I'll just go with my friend. Her name is Sarah, and she's like, unless you want to make other plans. Otherwise, if you're willing to walk, right, that makes you more attractive. And that's really hard to do. So it's not about taking shit. If you're taking shit, then she has no respect for you because you're behaving like a cuck. Because too much validation in your game. I know your game. You know, we know each other. So you're using too much of that Justin Wayne shit, too much validation. Validation is dangerous. That's why they're not respecting you. It's personality, and it's not personality like Justin Wayne. It's more behavioral game. The behavior in your text is low value. Therefore, she's perceiving you as low value because the way you're texting is needy. It's big fucking text. That's why she's treating you like shit because you're not here to write paragraphs. This is not like a essay competition. And they're like, oh, you copy somebody's text game because they use this video and there's some gay ass, video emoting and audio messages or something. I don't know what the fuck he said. Video message. I never use video messages. That's this kind of text game that they think I copied. That guy doesn't even know how to fucking text. Come on now. It's retarded. That's the most retarded thing I've ever heard in my fucking life. But yeah. Behavioral game. You're displaying low value behavior. You got to think the text game is different. It's not like the words that you're saying. You got to imagine from an abstract point of view. How big is your text versus hers? You got to imagine each text bubble. If your text bubble is green and her text bubble is yellow, how big is the green versus the yellow? I bet you have some huge fucking text and it looks needy and you're giving too much validation how she's so amazing and wonderful. Yes, it's hard to do it in game in person, so I have to rely on text stupid game. No, you can do it in person. It's just that you don't have my students' results. You study so much from Justin Wayne stuff. That's why it just like it's wearing you out, and you're not working on your fashion. You're completely ignoring all the fashion advice I've given you all these years. So you went the wrong way. That's why you go in a downward spiral. Yeah, you can see my students. If you look at my testimonials now, it's 450 laid po testimonials. COVID-19, I'm the only dating coach, not Justin Wayne, not any other fucking dating coaches. For Daygame, I'm the only one who's getting any sort of testimonials, laid testimonials for Daygame in the whole world, from January to now. So when I'm talking about the students getting results, they are getting results. You're doing something wrong. You're giving too much validation, and you're high-fiving, you're touching too much. You're not using social skills. You're being too fucking creepy. And because there's a pandemic out there, and she's already in a state of fear, you cannot be using this sort of old-style Justin Wayne game anymore. That does not work. This is why they can't get testimonials. So, yeah, so that's what I think. I know you're probably not affiliated with him anymore. That's fine. But you should have listened to me before. That's all I'm saying. I can't do physical game because now there's a pandemic. Look at my testimonials for students that got laid during COVID-19. There's more coming. There's way more coming. I already posted quite a few. Check out my channel if you're subscribed to it. There's already a few COVID-19 day game testimonials. White student who lost his virginity in a lockdown, and also lockdown in Spain, in the United States. There's another Asian student. There's the black student, and there's also a white student in London. There's plenty more where that came from. There's also the Middle Eastern student coming up soon, and the black student again, and other students. I had to read out their screenshot testimonials because they didn't want to make one for me because they're ungrateful. So the idea that it doesn't work during COVID-19 is because you're just doing it to game me. I've been talking about the gaminess. Okay? Dylan, I've been talking about how you've been doing it this way, and that's what fucks you up. You've been going from game to emotional or vibing, high-fiving, all the way to social calibrations, body language to social skills. You see that? You've been using this order but you're lacking in this area. Instead, you should be going social skills, social calibrations, emotional intelligence, then lastly, game. Because you have to fit into a tribe. I know I'm not getting through to you. So, does wearing a mask interfere with attraction? The thing is that if they're wearing a mask, right, you wear a mask. If they're in the malls, everyone's wearing a mask, you wear a mask. You have to blend in. Sometimes you don't know exactly what she looks like. That's the big disadvantage. However, it does not interfere with anything. It does not interfere with anything. You can always just like quickly take off your mask. I look like this. So she knows. Or you can show a picture, right? This is how I look like. How about you? Okay. And then continue. But yeah, it makes it easier if you got social skills. If you don't have social skills, it's harder. But the mask doesn't interfere with game. You need social skills. Social skills will cut through COVID, cut through the mask problem. So that makes sense. Exactly. COVID-19 has created new opportunities only for my students because my students have to learn social skills and social calibrations. Their students, they can't do it. What's your recent product? It's the same to Elite 30 and Elite Playbook, but it's just the version 2.0. Okay. If you get my game right, I want you to stop giving Justin Wayne credit. If you become like a Slayer, you promise me you make a video testimonial for me. I know you were affiliated with Justin Wayne before, but I want your video testimonial. Is that fair? If I do sell you the products, you are rich as fuck now. You're completely wealthy. You're like, I think you're closer to like almost 10 million now in money that you made. Am I right? Okay, fine. Please contact me, right? You know how to find me. You're on my WhatsApp. You're on my Skype. You're on my everything. Contact me, and I'll hook you up. And with 6 Skypes, I'll train you. So this would be like a Justin Wayne sort of student turned into a fucking Daygame Slayer under my training. So I would definitely like that as a trophy. That I converted one of their students and I turned him into an unstoppable Daygame machine. You have to listen to me about the fashion too. I know you've been ignoring all these years. I told you to cut that fucking afro. I told you to cut the afro. And you never done it. And if you train under me, it's time to. How's your structure, bro? My structure, you gotta stop thinking structure. You're always thinking game. My structure is this way. Elite 30 is social skills, social calibrations. So this is the social calibrations is the body language. It's not acting skills. It is about the calibrating into an alpha male. This will also help you even when you're texting. When you have this body language and this state of mind, you'll be texting different. So this is one thing that you'll be doing is to fix the body language and the social skills from Elite 30. You're going to focus most of the time on here. You're like, why here, John? Why not focus on game and high-fiving like Justin Wayne? No. Because this other way has not been working during COVID-19. You're going to restructure your game. If you look at my last video testimonial, the tall black student was very gamey. He was just like you. He was always doing the playbook. And the playbook is the other side, emotional intelligence, like vibing and stuff, emotions and game. Stop thinking about game. Imagine, Dylan, that game is only 25%. So if each of these are 2.5, 2.5, 2.5, 2.5, this equals 10, right? Here's the structure. You've been focusing on just the 2.5, but Justin Wayne only has 8 testimonials. After all these years, 8. I'm probably the 9th one. But he only has 8 testimonials, and they're all instructors. Therefore, his game is not very transferable. You should not be using that style of game. So social skills, social calibrations. But you might say, well, Justin Wayne has a course using body language and facial expressions called Pickup Mastery. But Dylan, I released Elite 30 weeks before Pickup Mastery. Me and Justin Wayne has released a nonverbal communication program. He still didn't get any testimonials yet. And I've been just getting nonstop testimonials. Elite 30 has been just wiping the floor with every other Daygame company. Elite 30 has been curb stomping them. So social skills, social calibrations is what's going to cut through COVID-19 at Elite 30. And then afterwards, the playbook. So before it used to be like 60%, maybe 65% Elite 30, and maybe 35% playbook, or maybe 40%. That's before COVID-19. Now it seems like it's 80% Elite 30 and 20% playbook. The dynamics have changed. The structure has changed. The vibing emotions, and when a person acts autistic and they're just vibing their SMV, that's not going to work during COVID. Because without social skills can fit into every tribe, just like the blue pill. Okay? I'm not talking about blue pill as a bad thing. Their social skills is the reason why they can infiltrate every tribe. You need social stealth. Social stealth is the only way that's going to get student results. Social skills. Of course, it's very hard for pickup artists. A lot of them are sociopathic. A lot of them are very autistic or Asperger's. They don't understand how to communicate. And that's why they cannot fit in the tribe. Because when she's scared and she's about to shit her fucking pants, and all of a sudden this autistic PUA starts high-fiving her and telling her how she has sexy legs and how he's in love with her and how she's going to turn his girlfriend, that is the quickest way to get all rejected. This is why a lot of systems, they fail during COVID-19. They fail during COVID-19. So you guys switch it up the other way. Emotional control matters. And the students are not using this part as much. They're using the upper part. Hope that makes sense. But thoughts on vocal depth and accent changing. Learning more, like how to more attractive accent and deepening the voice. So to deepen the voice, right? So my voice has been getting deeper over time, but if you start speaking in a lower tonality like this, like you have to hit the point where it's too low and then it breaks. Okay, now you can hear my voice, right? Do you hear how it sounds a lot deeper? Just because I went like that. So if I train it like this, I can speak deeper. But now we can get even deeper than that. Listen. All right, guys, check this out. My voice is even deeper than before because I've been just saying like that in a lower voice. I have reprogrammed the vocal cords. Like, what the fuck? And I'll be talking like this for quite a while. What kind of game do you need for Toronto? The thing about Toronto, right? The game is that when they're trying to use this Justin Mark kind of game, this natural and bullshit game, and Tinder game, most of them, they're okay with Tinder, although they don't have much student results. They're okay with Night Game. They don't have much student results. They're okay with other type of games. But for Daygame, Toronto, I have a lot of students in Toronto, right, that actually have results. As you can see, some of the students already gotten laid, even like for my game. I was training a lot of Toronto students until Justin Mark came back and brainwashed them all. They were getting laid left and right with my training. And Elite 30 cuts through everything in Toronto. Elite 30 and Elite Playbook. It cuts through everything. It's just easy for them. But social skills is what really gets them most of the results. That's the funny thing. That's what you don't realize. That's what people don't realize. So if I did a breathing exercise, I breathe in, hold, out, 8, out, 4. All right, when I'm speaking, you should hear my voice being deeper and a little bit louder. You can see that? So you can change your vocal range on the fly. It's very, very easy. I know every game hack there is and every single scientific method. And I could speak in a very professional voice if I really wanted to. All right, now it's even sounding much deeper. It's kind of like a movie trailer. It's exactly when you're talking. This is why you should get John Elite Access. It is a wonderful course. If you already have Elite 30 and Elite Playbook, the Elite Access is the way to go. You see that? Even I can change my voice. What area is the best for Toronto for Daygame? Well, the Eaton Center, I'm not saying Eaton Center is the greatest place, but I think in that area, you should definitely focus on same-day lays. Get logistics close by. You can go to the mall, you can bring them outside, and you can bring them to a bar and back home. So I would think logistically, you want to go where the fishes are. But you got to be careful. You don't want to be in the same places as all the goddamn pickup artists, especially the Justin Wayne victims, or I mean Justin Mark victims. Those people are some of the worst day gamers in the world. They'll be spam approaching everyone and just giving validation all day. They'll get no results whatsoever. So that's exactly why you want to avoid those places. But you want to go for places where you can same day lay, and you want to go for places where, that are out of the kill zone. You never want to be in the area where all the POAs are, but you want to be outside of the areas where you can still be getting the fishes, and at the same time you can be like outside of the kill zone. Unexpected. So her guard is down. In every place in Vancouver, Granville is the kill zone. Hope that makes sense. 5 sets alone applying your game. Are you able to close some of them? I closed on the first one, Dylan. Look at my infields. I'll post more. First or second, but it's always the first. So that's how, yeah, it's not Justin Wayne shit. You're spam approaching a lot, and you're SMVing it. First approach, 1 shot, 1 kill. If you don't get 1 shot, 1 kill, you're a fucking disappointment to me. My game can 1 shot, 1 kill. So that's the height of it. On the very first approach, even in front of bootcamp students, look at my infield. And I'll post more. Some of this stuff is done right in front of the bootcamp students on the first approach, Dylan. This is the level of game that you didn't realize exists, because you didn't realize social skills, social calibrations, emotional intelligence in a game. I have a game where I keep her on the line. It's a game of rock, paper, and scissors. It's exactly like game theory. I know exactly what she'll do and how to respond to her. It's like Krav Maga. It's a counter attack. That's how you win the game. So let's see. I plan to move next year, so hopefully I'll live somewhere fruitful. Hopefully do some more research, but hopefully pay attention to what I say. These are just some areas. But if you work as a concierge, that means you can only work at hotels at certain places. So you got to find out if you can see if your second job, you got to work on making sure the second job makes enough money. So that way you can move to other places. So yeah, now my voice is sounding a little bit deeper, and it's permanently stuck like that. And I should do this in the future for future, YouTube live videos where I will be like doing this humming thing, and then all of a sudden my voice is deep. This is another game hack. I know all this shit, like every single thing, and it's not very difficult. So 5 sets. It's kind of funny. Some of the bootcamp students are closing in 5 sets, and the haters are like, John, they must be not approaching me, or you don't count the warm-up approaches, or if they're closing in 5 sets and the girl's coming out on the fucking date afterwards, or they're closing on the first day of bootcamp. No, it's the fashion that matters. All the students have the same haircut. The haters is like, well, everyone has different shape of their heads. So why do they all have the same fucking haircut? Because the same haircut works, you dumb fucking idiots. The same haircut works. The one I tried to tell you before. Every single one of the students, they have to get a haircut at a place called Man Cave. It's in Metrotown when they come over for boot camps. They all wear the same fashion. It works. They're like, well, everyone doesn't have to wear the same fashion. I can sometimes get some student results in Europe because they're wearing this clothes. Okay, I have the most student results in the world. So shut the fuck up. And social skills, social calibrations, keep them on the line. So you just got to learn when to flirt and when to tease. There's a timing behind it. That's what you don't realize. So yeah, contact me afterwards. When the student's ready, the teacher appears. It's time to drop that Justin Wayne shit. And even if there's vaccines, not everyone's going to take it, Dylan. They're not going to take it. Only like 60% of the people is going to take it. Due to those 60%, COVID-19 is going to last much longer. And they're going to give it to the people who doctors and stuff like that, important essential workers. And the old people, they're going to get the vaccines first. We're not going to be able to get the vaccines for a long time. So don't expect business to turn back to normal. And especially all the red pill dating coaches who have failed in their business, while Johnny Lee's business still works because I get student results. So since my business still works and they all failed, don't think just because everyone's got vaccines, all of a sudden the sheeps will have money again. They don't have money. They don't have money. So Yeah, that's all I gotta say. If you guys like it in the future when you're watching this, give it a thumbs up. I know you guys learned a lot. You learned a lot. Let the haters hate. Hate all the testimonials all they want. You can hate, but you can't change 450 late poll testimonials. It just seems like when I reach that 450 mark, then haters come out of the woodwork again. I used to have haters at 100 testimonials, 200, 300, 400, they shut the fuck up. 450, they're kind of back a little bit. Maybe at 500, they're gonna go crazy. I know that one approach sometimes becomes LA, but can you go out 7 days? And yes, I can. I can probably get around like 5 or 6 lays, okay, and 2 pose. That sort of fucked up, something like that, on the first approach. So that happens a lot in the boot camps. It's always the first approach. I do that, and I help the students. There's a way to keep her on the line. That's a big conversion mechanism. A game of rock, paper, scissors. You don't understand yet until you train under me. But just look at the evidence. It'll speak for itself. Like I said, so many infields. Always the first approach. Most of my one are the first approach. So from the first approach, one set alone, just one set. It doesn't have to be like a set of the girl that has nothing to do. Any set. The student pick one. I join them. I can do that. Easy. So you can be like a tough set. I don't care. It's just learning how to keep her on the line. You'll learn more about that. It's like a boxing concept. It's like you're doing jabs for conversations, but whenever she gives you attitude, you right cross, you tease, you go back to the jab conversations and you hook. That's when you flirt, but you flirt when she's invested and you connect and you get her opening up. It's all about keeping her on the line. Rock, paper, scissors. They don't know that because they can't do it in real time because they can't read her facial expressions. And they don't have the processing power in their brain to do that. And never use romance in validation, which you use, and never go direct. You have taken away the first approach. And also, if you use the wrong fashion, the fashion also helps. The fashion wins half the battle. When you dress like Justin Mark and stuff like that, and these stupid students, no wonder their boot camps have no results. That's why they have to say you get value of it. So, yeah. So one shot, one kill. If you can't do that, then go fuck yourselves. For all the other dating coaches, all the other people, they're just spam approaching and just SMVing it and stuff like that. But you can do one shot, one kill. It's not difficult. It's not difficult. It just requires a huge level of skill. And I hope that you're not going to resist when I train you. I know before you're very resistant. What matters more, fashion or arm strength? Not arm strength. Fashion, if you're whitewash, it's going to be easier because white is right. White is the top tribe in the world. So if you can whitewash yourself, some people blackwash themselves. But if you can whitewash yourself and you can dress in blazers and whatever, there's clothing. The black student used to wear blazers and stuff, but he wasn't as whitewashed. He was kind of wearing slim jeans like I taught him before COVID-19. But when he switched over to a specific pants, a woman grabbed his fucking dick in the car and she started stroking him. That's like sexual assault. So he's been sexually assaulted by a white girl. And he didn't know what to do. So he texted me like, John, what am I supposed to do afterwards? I said, dude, go to a secluded location, get a blowjob. He's like, oh, I didn't think of that. It's like, that's why you got John Elite access. So afterwards, when he wore this pants, then he started getting more and more lays. That's when he got his first lay, and now he got 2 fuck buddies during COVID-19. So it didn't take much work, back-to-back results. And now he's a second fuck buddy. So let's see who's texting me. Yeah. Another student. I was just showing another student, right? My Indian student. Because the Middle Eastern student, he's bald, right? And you know how bald people, they always say, oh, I'm ugly, therefore I'm bad. I'm ugly, so therefore it's all game or something like that. Blackwash people. In reality, that's fucking bullshit. Because this student, I just showed the other student, right? Don't worry, I censor your name and everything. But he was asking me about the golden ratio, whether or not it mattered. So we looked at Bradicus golden ratio and we're like, okay, 7 out of 10. So he gets 8 out of 10 women. This student is 82%. So you can get 92%. I had to see if the golden ratio was really that high. And it turns out exactly is true. He's bald, he's 6'2", but he is the golden ratio that attracts the women of certain scale. Hope that makes sense. I'm 82% too. That's why I get women that are like above my look scale. Arrow theory. Height, the wide shoulders, not the arm, is how wide your back is, the V shape. Because the women, the widest part is the hips. The hips is wide. Okay? That's the most attractive part of the women. And for men, is the chest in the back, the V shape. The V shape taper, like the Dorito shape. So you want to work on that. But at the same time, the fashion matters more. If you are ugly and black looking, but you cover the muscles, it can work against you. But if you're good looking and black, the blazers will work for you. Because you can be whitewashed. So that's the truth. But however, the dating coaches that you think are ugly and they look like dog shit, and they're getting women way above their look scale, is within their golden ratio. Now this student finally saw his golden ratio. At first, he wasn't sure. He didn't agree with it. Now he's starting to see. If you have a lower golden ratio, women will treat you worse. They'll be very hostile towards you. So if you have a higher golden ratio, then women will be treating you like better. So that's why ugly dating coaches like Bradicus with a super high golden ratio, it's just SMVing it and dry pulling sometimes and closing 1 in 7. That's how he does it. So the golden ratio is very important. So it has nothing to do with looks theory or looks. It's just what is your golden ratio is the women you'll get. So if the woman is 1 point above you or exactly the same point as your golden ratio, and let's say your golden ratio is 70%, you're not going to have any problems as long as you have some muscles and height with 7 out of 10. But if you look attractive, but your golden ratio is really low, like social prime, for example, you bang ugly women. So for him, he's very handsome looking. He's very good looking, looks like a model. But at the same time, his golden ratio is the lowest. So that's why the women he gets are lower. So it kind of is all relative. And the people who had the lowest golden ratio in this industry is self-proclaimed high lay count guy and also Justin Mark. So that's why they both use funnels. They have the lowest golden ratio, so they have to compensate somewhere else. But they also have the height arrow theory in the race. So that's another way of thinking about it. So arrow theory is very accurate. So arrow theory is just the tip of the arrow, the face, the golden ratio. The height is how long the arrow is, and also how wide working out a little bit will help you to penetrate the arrow more. So working on these things, this is the real looks theory. It's just like game theory. This should be like, this theory should dominate all the other theories. We can reverse engineer all the dating coaches, put their golden ratio in the face of the algorithms, and you'll see all the women they get at their very best are identical to the golden ratio. And if they're super good looking, like James Tusk, but his golden ratio is lower, like 7 or something, or 7.5, that's why he's having trouble getting women that are 9 or 10s. It's easier going for lower ones. So the golden ratio is true. Looks theory is bullshit. Throw all out the window. If you're short, elevator shoes, work out. Widen your shoulders. You can't change the golden ratio, unfortunately. You can't, because whatever it is, the algorithm, even with plastic surgery, if you try to fix the nose, it's still the placement of where the nose is where the golden ratio is. So women find me attractive when they look at me. Some of them may not be into me if they're more into muscles. But however, the pretty ones are teenage girls and stuff, like, the super hot teenage kind of girls, they're always into me because they think I'm pretty type, like pretty boy type. And the golden ratio really helps. So the thing is that golden ratio is the answer for everything. And so you want to adjust your game on your golden ratio. You find out your golden ratio is 6, anything like 8 out of 10, you're going to have to be more aggressive in your game. because you know you're not going to be facing hot traffic. You'll be facing warm or cold traffic. And if you're going for girls 1 point below, you're still facing hot traffic. If you go too low, past your golden ratio, she's going to start to have an ego. You approach a girl who's too ugly, and then, you know, she's going to all reject you so she could feel better about her ego. But instead, you have to give validation all day, like Justin Mark, for ugly girls. And that's how you keep them on the line, just to make their self-esteem go up. But if you do that to a hot girl, you'll lose her. So, and the conversion mechanism is saying, look at me, this is my name, Justin Mark, and here's my Instagram, and they see it like dating coach, you know, millionaire, travel 50 or 100 countries in the world, money, status, yeah, other women, procreation. So it has nothing to do with his Daygame skills. It's all like the conversion mechanism of his Instagram. Not that he's good at Daygame. He's not. It's always a conversion mechanism. So yeah. What matters? Fashion or arm strength? Yeah, that I gotta pee really soon. Unfortunately, that's all I gotta say. That's all I got. That's all I got. Just get elite access or get the bundle, Dylan. And if you give you're a testimonial, right? Then great. If you don't take me up on the offer, right? Don't blame me. Just look at my testimonials. All right. Yeah, I have a lot of students this month. It's like more and more people are joining. It doesn't seem to be affecting my business. So it doesn't seem to be affecting my business. It affects their business because they don't have student results. And they're jealous. They're jealous. I'm having all the student results during COVID-19. Johnny Elite has all the students. That has to tell you something, guys, that maybe this theory about social skills and social calibrations is real. This is not a bullshit theory up here. This is not a theory at all. This is a science. It's real. This is what works. Forget about everything you know. Stop being gaslighted by the other coaches. I know you get pretty girls. Proof you're full of it. Low. I doubt you get pretty girls. Proof or you're full of it. I already shown proof. You just dismiss it as lower. You're probably like, okay. I just hide him from the channel. Fuck this guy. I don't feel like dealing with haters right now. Fuck you. So yeah, fuck him. This guy should fuck off. Like, I'm just not in the mood because a few days ago I was dealing with a hater. This is probably the hater. This is probably the hater. Some fucking hater was like hating on me for the testimonials. That's why I made this video. And I don't even feel like being on here today. Anytime someone starts hating on me, go fuck yourselves. You'll never have more testimonials than me. You'll never have more infills. You can dismiss all you want. Haters can dismiss and just hate and be jealous. Haters are jealous of my student results. So fuck you. So do you think COVID hype is real or it's just like a regular flu? COVID-19 is actually real. Unfortunately, I caught it. My 18-year-old student also caught COVID-19. He was in the hospital. That's why he lost his phone. He lost his phone. So he was texting me on email. He told me he made like, you know, fucking 10.9K. And he's done it. But that's COVID-19. Yeah, I'm really sorry. I'm losing my voice. I'm really tired of all the haters lately. You know how many haters I've been getting recently? It's just been suicide bombing me nonstop. I fucking hate it. So what is a hater? And why do they hate on me? Like when he shows like a hater, you see that? Jealous fucking haters. So I made a screenshot of the haters. You see that? Hater PUA. See that? I made an infographic. So what does it say on the top? Delusional. They're delusional, sadistic, sociopath, narcissists, Machiavellian trolls. They believe their irrational belief system and conclusions are the truth. It's opinions only. Remember, I made this infographic, but it's always accurate. Okay? Number one. Number two, straw man argument. They always make a delusional false accusation of what you said or your position in the argument. They basically put words in your mouth, which catches you off guard because of XYZ. You are bad at game. Now go defend it, John. Right? The delusional thoughts of a sociopath. Okay. The next one under the yellow is called the jealous underachievers. Most dating coaches doesn't mess with John Elite, but a few low-level deluded ones did, and they all failed over time. So when I have haters, right? When I have haters, they always fail in 2 fucking years. You know, Charisma King, he talks shit, and I talk back, and he fucking fail. They all fail. They hate you because you're the best dating coach. Exactly. There's be plenty more to hate. So, but a few low-level deluded ones, they all failed over time on YouTube. Guys who doesn't get laid with RSD stuff hates on John calling people out or bragging. They are jealous, and if a white guy got John's results, right, they will cheer him on instead. So what I mean by that is, if I were a white guy who's 5'7" and looked like Justin Bieber, I'll be treated like a god. But because I'm Asian, right, everyone's pissed because the best dating coach in the whole fucking universe, best Daygame coach, is a Chinese person with a yellow skin. Dismissive sheeps, because you are XYZ, you are bad at game. Because you are not smiling when you're talking on YouTube Live. Even though I'm pissed off at all the other gaslighters, then you're bad at game. They always have this XYZ, then you're bad at game. Because you are not positive or not grounded, not making eye contact with some bullshit, or some outer game tactic, you're bad at game. You are XYZ, you're not good at game. The sheeps, then they dismiss why they know better. In reality, John Elites gets laid a lot and films it, and you don't. And that's true. These haters don't have any infields. The only infields is with a bunch of Asian women on the background from Tinder. And they call that infields? You know, like, come on now. And they have one testimonial at most. And there's not even a student. It's just some wingman, right? He's like, can you make me a video testimonial? I need it for my business. I have no clients. It's like, sure, why not, right? Just tell me what to say. And then they're like, oh, yeah, get your girlfriend to film her or whatever and just, like, get her on camera. They probably just paid to some chick that's just like, hey, can you be my girlfriend, right? They're Machiavellian, sadistic fucks. But, yeah, I have broken this down. This chart was made many, many years ago. But they all act exactly the same. How do I know their behavior? Like I said, more and more people are suicide bombing me with hate. More and more, I'm getting suicide bombed. When you have haters, it's good because it means you stood for something important. If I don't have haters, then I'm on the wrong track. But there's so many haters. So many haters. Just fucking hate. Just hate John Elite more. You know? Where's your hero dating coach getting like COVID-19 Daygame testimonials? They don't have it. They don't have it. And I think this hater probably taught Justin Mark or something. So he's jealous because he thinks I'm insulting one of his students. Well, where are your fucking infields or testimonials? You can dismiss all you want, you underachieving piece of shit. Damn, you're still live. Now I'm gonna get off the live. I'm just talking about haters. Right here. See that? Hater POIs. Some hater just show up, Mills. Some fucking hater. So I'm just addressing him. But I made this YouTube live to address the haters. And there's plenty to hate. So I guess this is it. I gotta go to the bathroom. I've been holding it in for like fucking 2 hours and 43 minutes. All right, see you next videos then. Okay? I just didn't have time to make videos because my video editor is kind of slow. So I'm kind of stuck. I have to make them myself and possibly consider firing him. So anyways, later. And wait for the next testimonials during COVID-19. Wait for the next one. Give a thumbs up. Give a thumbs up to, hey, it's good he's getting haters. You should see me at 100 and testimonials, dude. Darcidius. You should see me at 200. You know how many haters did I get? When I used to work in the forum group, right? Like a different company, I was a moderator. I'll get suicide bombed by about 5 different haters at once. They'll attack you, use exactly these false accusations, and then they'll keep hating and hating, and you block them, and then you kick them out, and then they just shut the fuck up. Just block and move on. So you're the best, bro. Exactly. Like I said, At 200 testimonials, you have no idea. That's just 5 a day. What happens after three more days? New people add to the forum group. More people suicide bomb me. Holy shit. And they just more. Sometimes it's like 6 or 7. This is just one hater recently. One dark tetrad. Sadistic. Then you get suicide bomb over and over. This is what I go through all the time. They just keep telling you how you're wrong, and they try to have a straw man argument. They're saying, you defend yourself, John. I'm going to make a false accusation. You defend yourself, and I'm going to be the judge. I say, fuck you. You are not the judge, jury, executioner. You have accomplished nothing. In 2 years, your business will be dead. And the same dating coaches who used to hate on me 2 years ago and their business failed, they come back and they start hating again because they have the hater dark tetrad genetics. Haters. Just fucking haters. Sociopath, sadistic, narcissistic, Machiavellian manipulators. Same fucking people. Just can't stop suicide bombing me. Fuck you guys. Many companies like come out personally, make their products, gain controversy, gain public attention. It's one of those marketing tactics. What do you mean? I'm not trying to do that. I'm not typing in some other person hating. It's just I get so many haters. You should see me at 300 testimonials. At 100 testimonials, we're talking about 5 suicide bombers a day, right? Around 200 was like, I don't know, like 7 a day. Around like 300 testimonials, we're talking about like fucking 15 to 20 haters a fucking day. And it can only kick them out when they're suicide bombing too hard. After that, what happened at 400? What do you guys think? More suicide bombers? No. Actually, they shut the fuck up. You see that? They finally say, oh shit, now it's 400, right? What the fuck? Everyone started to listen to me. Imagine how much resistance I had for teaching you all these concepts here in the past. Nobody believed them, right? Just ignore them. Yeah, I just block and move on. These people, you know, they'll fight among themselves. They just find somebody else to fight with. But they'll still try to contact you. Just like on my blog, some fucking faggot from New Zealand is still trying to contact me, trying to tell me what to do. You know, hide the girls' faces and stuff, and just, you got to prove it to me that girlfriends, he's still contacting me, right? So I'm going to see what the fuck is he saying. And I think the biggest hater is from New Zealand right now. Let's see. I see what you mean. Women are going to come out in testimony unless he said, I mean, but still, don't worry about legal consequences or revenge is spying on doxing. Okay, maybe that's not him, but just another person from New Zealand is just talking to me on my blog about how it's like unethical to have women and just covering their faces and shit. And of course, it's a gray area, but you need to show some fucking proof. What's a 10 out of 10? Celebrity woman, too. You. I personally like Jennifer Connelly. I think she's beautiful. Maybe she's older now, but I love Jennifer Connelly, her face. I think she's really pretty. Connelly. The younger version of her. To me, that's 10 out of 10. But let's see if I find an old picture. Maybe younger. She's older now, so. Yeah, I really like this girl's face. You know, blue eyes, very pretty. So that's more my type, you know, brunette. But now she's old, but she was very, very pretty. So that's what I like. So yeah, I gotta go to the bathroom. The fucking, you know, my system's gonna shut down. But I want to say to all the haters out there, there's plenty more to hate, guys. You see that more testimonials I post, the more hate I get. More than 8.5. Well, I don't know. I still find her attractive. So. But with Amber Heard, a lot of guys don't like her. They think she's kind of like whatever. But I think she's okay. That's Johnny Depp's wife. She's a fucking psycho. She has the highest golden ratio in the world for her face. But I don't find Kylie Jenner that attractive if you find her 10. You know what? I like Halle Berry. You know that? Even if she's old, she's still very pretty. Her body is still very in her face. She's half black. I do find Halle Berry extremely attractive. And even Meghan Markle. I'm not racist. It's just black women are unattractive to me, but if they're half white, they're fucking smoking hot. It's just my opinion. Oh, she's old. I don't care. Okay, how come some of the men who have done Elite 30 in the playbook still have so many flaws during your boot camp? Sometimes, like, it's a habit. Excellence is the habit. Because some of the people that did Elite 30 before they came to boot camp, they already got laid. So it's not, I think that's the wrong mental filter. So Elite 30 already got them laid and come to boot camp to get more lays. But the students that come to boot camp, they did Elite 30 and whatever, and these have problems. Sometimes you deal with hard cases or impossible cases. These kind of guys need more discipline because they're always resisting due to low self-esteem. Everything's a habit. Martial arts is a habit, you know? So everything's a skill and value. They need more help with the skills, and they need to raise their value by dressing more whitewashed, and they need to work out. They need to like fix their elevator shoes. So, that just makes your students look like they learn nothing. I don't know what the fuck you're trying to say, Darth Sidious. Looks like students, they learn nothing. Okay, first of all, you don't understand, you dumb fucking idiot, Darth Sidious. Some students are, I made videos on easy cases, normal cases, hard cases, impossible cases, and unteachable cases. Okay? Does that make sense? It's irrespectively outside of their looks. Does that make sense? Some people learn faster than others. When you go down the chart, they're more resistant. So therefore, when they're resistant already, they're using it from their own mental filter. Their habits are all wrong because they did some other Daygame coaching kind of shit from RSD. They build a lot of bad habits. So, you misinterpret it wrong. Listen, I got to pee soon. I don't know what the fuck you're trying to say. I have the most bootcamp student results in the world, and I have the most student results in the world for products. Any coaching program out there online, you know, so I'm just saying, I hope whatever you're fucking trying to say is that my testimonials speak for themselves. I don't need your mental bullshit. Say, oh, they take the boot camp, the products. No, I say, fuck you. If they need the products, you don't have to agree with me. Just look at the student results. You want to see the boot camp page? Huh? Most of the students poor got laid. So what the fuck is your complaint? And there'll be plenty of new bootcamp students in the summer coming here. So what's the problem? They're getting more results than any other fucking dating coach in the world for Daygame, right? It's already beaten everyone. No, just to fucking listen. Look for yourself. Look at the bootcamp page. I have the most student results in the world. Like, I don't have to say anything. You can interpret any way you want. I already beaten everyone. I've beaten them like a fucking Cherokee drum. I live near Metro Town and definitely buying your product soon. That's great. But like I said, I've beaten every motherfucker. And you can probably see some of the PUAs in Vancouver are in there. In the fucking screenshots there. Just look. And some of the students are from Vancouver too. They're unstoppable. And they already got a girlfriend to exit the game quickly. They're not PUAs. Yeah, that's great. Just look at the bootcamp page and don't let me speak for it. Don't misinterpret it. Just go look at the student results. The testimonials speak for themselves. So, all Vancouver dating coaches are dead, except for you. Yeah, because I killed them all. So yeah, I killed their business. All of them. So what happens if they want to fuck with me? I'll fucking kill their business, and my students are the only ones getting results. So that's why their business is dead. They have no business. They need to get the fuck out of Vancouver. What's your normal approach to lay ratio for you, John? One shot, one kill. I don't get a lot of rejections anymore. So one shot, one kill. But I take some breaks in between every lay. So it's not like, oh, I just go back hungry for more. No, I get that lay, I get the infield. It's great. Just throw up there. I take a little bit of break, and then I start focusing on the business, and then I go back when I'm horny. So it's not like, oh yeah, the PUA every second. Yeah, that's great, but it's pretty easy. So that's where I'm at right now. It's not that difficult. It's not that difficult. If I get really, really rusty, let's say I didn't approach for a while, then I have to get back into it. I have to practice in front of the mirror just to get the skills back. And then it becomes easier. But I think one of the secrets I do is I practice in front of the mirror, working on all the weaknesses. Like I said about the boot camps, excellence is a habit. Practice in front of the mirror, fix all the mistakes, iron it out from Elite 30. And just go out there and just, close. It's not so much about approaching more. It's about how calibrated you are. It's that simple. It's social skills. Yeah. If there's no more questions, I got really, really pee. Unless I want to take a break and just leave the camera on. But I can't hold it any longer. So, like I said, I'm going to post more infield so you guys can see it from Vancouver. Maybe I'll post the screenshot testimonials first, just to say coming soon. Just to at least let you guys know, and then get my camera or a video editor who's slow as fuck to make teaser trailers. And then I'll make longer trailers. And see how it goes. Fuck yeah, I gotta take a break. But I want to end this fucking YouTube live. So I want to say to all the haters out there, look at my student results, not listen to the haters. Look at my student results. Let it speak for itself. So, how to change your accent? Well, you gotta think is saying, oh fuck, I gotta really pee. But long story short, the reason why people have an accent is because the first language starts with something else. So they start Indian first, and they switch over to English, then they have an accent because that's their neural pathways. You gotta start thinking it's like singing. When you sing it through, you're like, oh my god, like I'm talking like an Indian guy, right? Like I talk like this, like I talk like a bull, like I'm talking like a retard, like the thing is that you got to learn how to sing through that thing so you can pronounce your words a lot better. You see that? Like learning how to sing like this is a song. The accents start to reduce. You cannot hear it as much. And you got to move your mouth more. You got to practice certain words, like the word tree. When you say tree, you should be like tree. You see that? You move more. So when you learn how to sing through it, you can practice these sounds all day. Tree, apple, ah. These kind of words. You got to repronounce them, rebuild them, so that way you can use your whole mouth when you speak and sing through everything. That's how you get rid of your accent. Singing is what my students do to reduce their accent, but it takes a very long time. It doesn't take just a week or 2 weeks or a month. It might take you a few months to get rid of the accent. I hope that makes sense. So, yeah. That's all I gotta say. It's too much time. It's fucking 3 hours, and I'm holding my fucking urine in, and it's fucking up my brain. All right. That's all I gotta say. Fuck the haters. Go fuck yourselves, haters. All you haters, go fuck yourselves. That's all I say. They should all go fucking, lay in a corner and die. Instead of telling me that, metaphorically speaking, they should stop telling me to feel ashamed about my 400 testimonials because it's 450. My students speak for themselves. Fuck you, haters. Fuck you, haters. You'll never beat me in testimonial count. Ever. I'll always beat you guys. There is no algorithm that you can beat Johnny Lee for Daygame, for testimonials in the world. It's impossible. It's impossible. Even if I die of COVID, you'll never beat me. All of you. You'll never beat me in a million years. And these white dating coaches, these nobodies that are ambitious, they're fucking narcissistic sociopaths, and they want money and power and all that shit. You'll never beat me, you fucking idiots. You're all fucking faggots. Exactly. Fuck the haters. I mean, so many haters. Shit, there's gonna be more haters. when you see more COVID-19 late testimonials coming soon, you're gonna hate. There's gonna be more haters. Now it's gonna be like 5 or 10 suicide bombers in a row. There's already 2 here today, and now I have to deal with another hater on the fucking blog that's texting me right now, writing shit. It's just more suicide bombers everywhere. Just, oh, I hate John. Just fucking jealous. Just so jealous, envious. Fuck. I'm holding this urine in, but envy is the word. They want something they can't have. The dating coaches. Envy. A feeling of discontent or resentful longing for aroused by someone else's possession, qualities, or luck, like my student results. You can hate all you want. Do you plan on retiring or getting a girlfriend anytime soon? Like, the thing is that the girlfriend, I don't get an emotional satisfaction of a girlfriend. So I'm not going to get one. Even if you say, here, get her as a girlfriend, or she wants to be a girlfriend, I'll tell her to fuck off. I don't enjoy, like, banging the same woman twice. I don't. I don't get why people like want a girlfriend. So even if you're like, okay, she wants to be a girlfriend, she's pretty. No, fuck her. I'm just gonna get some pregnant, like women pregnant someday, some super hot fucking, 19-year-old Russian girl. I'm learning Russian, so, and then afterwards, I'm just, procreate it or run all of her fucking life. You say that sounds delusional or stupid. No, I'm gonna fucking do it, you fucking idiots. That's all I want. Once I procreate, whatever. Am I retiring? No. I'm doing this till the day I die. Until Asian men have to overturn this problem. Then, when Asian men, all of them have equal opportunity as white men in dating, then I can retire. But that will never happen in my lifetime. So I'm not going to stop. And even, at my age, and you guys have no idea how old I really am. I can still pass for 20 something. So my time in the game is not over. In fact, I'm just beginning. I'm bulking up. Maybe I'm bulking up for the next future infields. Maybe I'm going to film 100 infields in a row, on the first approach every single time, and I'm going to show it to the world. Maybe that's what I'm doing, waiting for COVID to be over. You never know. Maybe I'll be coming to Ukraine and slaying Ukraine and taking it as my territory. And also Thailand. Yeah, great. Do you plan on retiring? No, exactly. So that's what I'm saying. I'm just getting 100 more. And at least that would be an exclamation point to those dating coaches. Like, oh, I got 80 fucking dry pull infields. Well, I'm going to show like fucking 100 same day lives. Fuck you guys. So, New York City. I'm not sure if New York City, full of black people, really favor someone like me. I'll probably be like Ukraine or in Prague or Poland or fucking Thailand. Maybe I can go to all these places and then get a few lates here, there, and film it all. I don't know. That's just what I'm thinking right now. That's why I'm bulking up. I think it's time for war. Wait until you see how good I am. What's the face tool that you use? I don't have a face tool. Oh, this thing. This thing was, fuck, I gotta really pee. It is what they call Korean jaw roller. Okay? It hits certain points of the muscles here, like the masseter muscles, and it relaxes it. And if you do this enough times, if your face is getting kind of wide, it'll relax this big muscle here when you chew. I gotta really use the bathroom. This is the end of the conversation. But yeah, Korean jaw roller. Look for it. Make sure it's not too thin. This could definitely reduce the size of your jawline for sure. So 24, but I still want to use it. Give it a try. So it gives you more of a, if you're too square like me, like that right now, it's just too square, and you want to reduce a little bit of squareness, this can definitely help relax the muscles, after a certain. And when you have more of a slim rectangular face, right, you look more like model-like. Okay, Mills? So this is the tool. So, all right, I get going. All right, thank you for showing up, guys. And I'm looking forward to training you guys, especially Dylan. I want to see him as the future, former Justin Wayne student, now John Elite successful student. I'd be very happy to have him as a testimonial. Other than that, John Elite out, and fuck the haters. Remember to all the haters, my last message. You'll never have my student results. You can get jealous, and people are getting more and more jealous. The more that they read my blog, the more they're on YouTube. I'm gonna get suicide bombed over and over and over, as you can see within the next few weeks. Okay, I get suicide bomb all the time. There's no FAP any benefits. Yes, it works, but don't do it forever. Just do it. Just no FAP until you approach, and when you approach, you can FAP. If you don't approach for a week, then you cannot FAP. Does that make sense? So it motivates you. But no FAP does work. But you don't do it forever. You don't do it for years. You have to make sure you have enough value to do it like that. So for the haters, yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to stick the middle finger at you talking to you. But for the haters, like I said, you can always dismiss and say it's easy to get 400 late poll testimonials. 450, you fucking haters. It's 450. You'll never get that much. Most of you can't even crack 100. Most of you can't even get more than 40. The most, the second place. Come on now, shut the fuck up. It's like I got 10 times more than that. Yeah, it's the same system. Yeah, right. Fucking haters. All right, that's all I gotta say. Peace. And fuck the haters.